North Fleet fell.
Just-
Yeah, what's up? You good?
No, I'm sorry. I coughed a little bit. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. The Saresian Royal Navy has been struggling. After the undead were slain, the empty fields of the Dead Plains have slowly been rejuvenated by the efforts of the Seedling, free-spirited druidic clan dedicated to restoring that which was once lost. At the northernmost point of the country, deep blue waters of the Fidian Sea, the small town of Port Rolough rests in trepidation. The paid fleet of the Last Watch has retreated south, leaving naught but a small vestige of forces to defend the town from all corners. Monsters had risen in the Bay of Toil, and their ships were needed. Now, the remaining volunteers of the Last Watch, you have received word you were most afraid of. Mist just keeps pouring through. If the suns could be seen, maybe it's 6 in the morning. None of you are sure. It's cold. It's raining. Threat is real. Northern shores have been getting pounded again and again by raids, and here, no different. Many of Port Rolough have been evacuated. Dangers of the Dead Plains were less frightening to them than the blades and cannon of the Tridonian raiders. There are those who stayed to defend their home, or those who stayed because they could not leave. Makes no difference. They are here. They need your help. Before the rest of the Last Watch headed south, their scouts had reported raiders a week away. They might head here, they might not. They described the white and gray sails of Captain Tulith, a man who's been described as a cult pirate, demanding his crew worship him or be thrown to the sea. Story or not, that was 6 days ago. Those who would evacuate have left. You remain with a few sparse townsfolk to protect what is left. Captain's orders. You may be able to fortify the beach. Beyond the docks, it isn't the easiest place to land a raiding ship. Mercenary company left behind some supplies to defend with, as well as a Brahma, Frisian armored vehicle with a large cannon, but it needs repairs before it can be used. The entry into the town proper is paved, and a bottleneck could be built. How the town is defended is up to you, but if the scout was right, you only have 20 hours. Time wasting. You stand, the heavy mist and pouring rain dousing your clothes and armor, as you look on in front of the small town hall. The mayor, an elven woman named Liaza, is looking between all of you. Her face is a wall of concern. I can't just leave what's been entrusted to me. We need your help. Even as we speak, I know that as the town goes quieter, errant undead are going to wander in. Orem is here too, the blacksmith. I know he's stubborn, but he's skilled, so maybe he can help. Please, do what you could do. She looks among 3 of you. Stand in front of the city hall. Now, before you declare that, I'm going to go ahead and pull up city map, which is what you're going to be most of the file. And I need to put... There it is.
Hello, map.
This is Port Rolough. You guys can explore this map. You can discover which and where everything is. As you look at buildings, you can ask me what they are, and I will describe them to you. You might be able to find supplies in them, or junk, or anything to fortify. But how you defend this town is up to you, and I have timers set when things... How do you handle it?
It sounds like the primary threat is Seaborn. What is this?
That is the tavern. That is the Mermaid Inn. It's a large tavern that stretches across all of the docks. It's where most people that came into the come in and rest before dealing with their trades. You know that it is well known for a private brew. Still inside, along with a lot of tables, chairs, and a couple of rooms.
Perhaps we can get the everyone into town to collect any oil they might have we could use that in setting fires to limit the enemy's approach.
There is another mercenary with you who's he's a leftover from. Name is Samuel Credence, and he is willing to help you as well. But as far as other than that, your only help is the mayor and the smith. So if you're going to be hauling out oil, it's going to be you hauling out oil.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Okay.
I have 2 pounds of oil.
But we might be able to find more.
I have 1,000 ball bearings. I don't think that helps.
We should see about getting the Brahma up as well, since it has a cannon.
This?
Maybe get the smith to set it.
This is the Brahma here.
No, this building. What is
Which building?
the one I'm clicking on? Putting little.
Let's see. Oh, you're up there. That looks like a residence, a house.
Somebody's house. Okay. All right. Is that also these? These are just houses?
This one is a supply. It's like it's full of firewood,
Ugh.
which makes sense. As you find it, this is what large lumber mill. This is a residence. City Hall.
Hey.
You are muted if you're.
Sorry. The pirate, is he going to be coming? Do we know if it's going to be by the sea or if it's going to be like he's going to like come walking down this path?
You don't know.
Okay. Okay.
He was. They're saying that his
Could
ship
be
was
land or
spotted,
sea.
but could be land or sea.
It
could be
seems if he's sailing in, it seems like our primary defense should probably be oceanside. Not that we shouldn't build like a break and set things on fire on the other side of it, but I just feel like anything that we could do to shore up the
shore.
yes, the shore of the shore.
See all these canoes and boats. Maybe we could tie ropes to them and string them across, and like some kind of barrier with those. We have anything we could use to anchor them in place?
Sure. Actually, this building up here, is a general store. So a lot of extra tools and supplies that you can probably find.
Sorry.
You
That's a good
obviously
idea.
do
Okay.
not need to purchase as the purveyor of the general store on, but you can use whatever you find in there.
Everybody else is safe though, right? Like the only innocents here that are not necessarily fighters are this other merc and the mayor and the blacksmith, right?
The others have been holed up in the city hall, and mostly they are the people who cannot leave.
Okay. Gotcha. So we need to protect that building, City Hall. Which one is City Hall? Is it this one?
It's the one you all are standing outside.
We're standing in front of. Okay. Can we get the smith to
Okay.
help us with this Brahma? I think you had said that before, Kris. Or do we have to do that ourselves?
You could try
Yeah.
going and talking to him. You might also need to along with them.
Okay. I don't have very good intelligence,
Yeah.
but I can go talk to the smith.
I could
Yeah,
investigate.
let's start with him.
Do you
Okay.
want to investigate? Do we want to have our burb investigate first and be like, here's maybe what's wrong with it. Can you help us?
Yeah, I can try.
Oh, sure. Wouldn't hurt to give it a look.
Sweet.
So you go to the Brahma. Are you trained in Arcana? PV.
Negative. I have a really good investigation, but I do not have
Okay.
Arcana.
Roll investigation for me. Basically, you are looking for what looks like needs. Might not understand what you're looking at, but you might have an idea of what.
Can I give the help action? Or I'm not actually trained in Arcana.
I'd allow the help action if you You're helping with this
Cool.
investigation. So go ahead and roll that with advantage. 21 is better. Okay. As you're looking over the Brahma is a large vehicle. It doesn't have wheels. It sits on a large stone slab that you... Is your character native to this country, do you think? Or is across the sea? Doesn't really matter. It gives you some...
I think she is from here.
Okay. Then you've seen these around. They tend to glide through the ground. They just kind of seem to hover, except gliding. And as you look at it, you see that there are these large assemblies, cylinders that stick out the sides. There's 6 of them total, and it looks like there's something that's supposed to be in a recess on the end of each. Additionally, the cannon, it's clear that the axle that mounts the cannon on top, it's broken on one side. The cannon is just sitting at a weird, cantankerous angle. Those are the things that you determine as likely.
Okay. So, missing something from these recesses, and the axle's busted.
Okay. Can I bring this information back to the smith?
Yeah, you go find the blacksmith. This is the blacksmith shop.
Cool.
All of you. You can definitely go talk to him.
Sweet. I'm gonna say hello. We need your help fixing this Brahma.
Morning.
It is missing. It's missing a piece, and the cannon's all janked up. Can you help us?
Maybe. Then I look.
Okay. Can you help? Can you do that right now, since we're maybe crunched for time?
You see, he has the forge lit, and he's like got these large tongs in his hands. He's got like an ingot in the forge, and he looks over at you. Roll me a persuasion.
Okay.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Necessity is the mother of invention. Oh, that's perception. Nope, that's performance. Sorry.
Indeed.
Dropped a nat 20 and then an 18.
No, I accidentally rolled performance. Sorry.
Okay. It's still a 20.
It's still a natural 20. Like,
Yeah. You see this dwarven smith looks at you and he says,
I don't know.
and he pulls the tongs out of the forge, sets this ingot down on the anvil. It's glowing orange. And he just kind of looks at it with a frown, takes off his apron, follows. Come look
What
at
you working on?
you ask him?
Yeah, like while we're walking over there.
You frozen for musket.
Okay.
He looks at you. Did that mean anything to you?
No.
Okay. He just shrugs and follows you.
Valuable work. Ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure.
Walks down and he... Brahma, give me a second. Well, Orem. You see, he kind of looks at the axle and he says, "I'll be." And then he takes a look at each of the receptacles that you pointed out, I assume you point out to him.
Yeah, maybe points.
And he kind of taps on each one, like a copper piece on the inside of each one, and he says, "Household." And then he gets up and he climbs into the Brahma.
Okay.
So there, he pulls open this hatch, and then you hear some banging and clanging around. Natural.
Oh no.
Yep.
Is it possible that I could help? Not really, since I'm not proficient. Never mind.
I mean, you could get up and look and see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm going to climb up on top of the Brahma and peek inside with my little beak.
With that natural
Like
one
head upside down.
investigation, Orem has attempted to climb down into the hatch, and his suspenders have hooked up on the loop outside the hatch, and he's now dangling inside.
Could I
Period.
free his suspenders?
Yes, you can do that.
I will free his suspendies.
I will grant that his...
Amazing.
Okay. He kind of lands with a thud down on his knees with a loud clang, and he just looks up at you and says, "Thanks." And then he begins looking around inside here. You see, it looks like he's looking for something specific, but you don't know what it is. Inside this, you see there are two large wooden seats that basically look like they are where the crew for this vehicle go. And he's kind of looking around the sides of them and underneath them. Why don't you roll me a perception to try and get an idea of what the hell this guy's doing?
Okay. Vivi watching intently with like head tilted, like confused
Sting.
bird sound.
With that, maybe it's the lighting from where you're looking, but you can see there is this seam underneath the right-hand seat. It looks like there's like a hatch or a compartment there, and it's clear he's looking for something that's hard to see because he's running his fingertips across the floor and such.
Can I like climb down and I want to climb down into the thing and like take his hand and guide him to the scene.
Yeah, you do that. His hand runs over the scene. He looks at you and he says, "Oh, thanks." And then
Necessity, mother of invention.
Dang that. And he opens it up. You see there is what looks like a large pouch. That you see there's kind of this dim blue glow emerging from the mouth of it, and then there is this bag of tools, basically. Pulls them both out. And he hands the pouch of glowing stones to you.
Oh, treasure.
No.
Ooh,
No,
treasure.
just hold
Treasure?
it.
Treasure.
Climbs up. Then he looks around and he says,
An axle. Where do we find that? Can we get that for you? General store, maybe?
If not general store, vehicles? Someone's cart?
gonna need to
Sabotage?
be metal.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, we
Investigate.
can see what we can find. Would the cannon at least work? Even if it's not mobile, could it fire the cannon from here? If they approach by sea?
The Orem kind of looks at it and scratches his head and shrugs his. Maybe if we take off thing, get one shot out of it.
It's probably better. So we need a metal axle. Seems like there might be some kind of cannon or something over here. I don't know how accurate we should be to what is actually on this map.
This map is made for this one shot. So
Okay.
where are you looking?
I'm looking over here. Can you see my? I don't know how to do the little. Yeah.
Okay. So if you hold shift and then click, you'll drag people to.
Oh, neat.
Good
Okay.
to know.
That is a cannon. It is extremely rusty. It's clear it's a decorative piece that's outside the room.
Okay.
It
Can I
does.
search? Sorry.
It does have an axle on it, but it does not look like it's serviceable for anything.
Okay.
Can we at least investigate the general store and like
Oh yeah.
the storage houses and stuff to see if there's anything that looks usable for us?
Sure.
As far as an axle goes, or replacement parts, or anything like that.
How about if everyone's doing this, everyone go ahead and roll me either perception or investigation, and the flavor of your search will be based on that. Natural 20 for
that's
Vivi.
20. Heck yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Slight with a 20 is out 15. All right. So as you guys are looking around, when you go to the general store, and there are all sorts of like climbers kits and it looks like logging tools. It seems like the immediate area around this town is effective for softwood harvesting, which is interesting and also ties into what Vivi finds. Vivi decides instead not to go to the general store. Vivi, you kind of meander your way toward the logging mill, and it's got this huge double wood door that's kind of open slightly. And when you walk by, you glance in, and you see that there is this enormous saw table. And you see that the giant saw blade is mounted by an axle.
Maybe necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes.
Gotta give that to you for natural 20.
Treasure. Yells
Treasure!
Yugi, and runs back out to find the others.
Come over to help move the axle.
Yeah, I bet it's gonna be heavy. Can we get it? Can we get it down there? Is there anything we need to do to like get it?
Yeah,
attached?
it's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass because the saw is not so easily. So this is going to be a sleight of hand check.
Are thieves' tools useful for this? Could I use?
You're not lock picking the saw blade.
No, that's true. I have pliers.
I have some pretty decent sleight of hand. If you want to help me,
What sort of
I can help.
tools do you?
I've got a crowbar.
Crowbar would certainly help.
I have a piton or a piton or however the fuck you pronounce that.
I
have
prefer Python because it's
Python. Okay, it's got pie in it. That's true. I also have a crowbar. That's interesting, and 1,000 ball bearings, which are not useful for
they're not going to help. They're not going to help.
tools.
You're gonna help something though. I believe it.
And then I have thieves' tools, which is scissors, pliers.
I'm going to say that if you attempt to use your thieves' tools on this, they'll work, but you're going to damage them.
I'm gonna bust them. Okay.
Yeah. Now you might be able to find more applicable tools.
I have a hammer.
You might be able to find more applicable tools in the general store.
Oh yeah, we were just in a store.
We were
full
just
of
there.
tools.
I was thinking about that. I also
Speaking of
have a
which,
maid. I don't know if that's.
So, Zylock, you're in the general store, and you see all sorts. You see working tools. You see wood carvers. You see climbers' kits and all sorts of things as you're looking at specs. You don't see anything specifically like an axle. I mean, you do see some cart axles, but you doubt they're going to be canon.
So we really need this one particular axle.
While we're searching, do I see any kind of oils or ropes that we can use?
Oh, yeah. There's lots of rope. There's crap loads of hempen rope. That's a very useful thing to have at the general store. Find well over 500 feet worth of it. As far as oil goes, you don't find much. You find maybe like a couple gallons of lantern oil, and that's it.
What kind of like alcohol are they rocking at the tavern?
Okay, so let's handle one thing at a time. First.
Is there a hammer we could use to help knock the saw blade off the axle?
You guys do have a hammer.
Okay.
That's been described to me. I don't know if...
Yep.
Okay, so you do have a hammer. Crowbar, hammer, and I think one more tool specific to the job will do it. You guys had better find one. So why don't you go ahead?
Like a screwdriver, maybe?
Specifically, that might work. A wrench will do better.
I'm gonna look for a wrench if that's okay.
Roll me perception.
Okay. See if my luck has run out yet.
8. You kind of wander into the general store and you don't immediately see tools. So you do not immediately see a wrench. You kind of get frustrated.
Okay. I'm gonna curse and turn around and be like, "Go find a wrench. I can't find one in here." And I'm gonna slink off to the tavern to see what kind of alcohol they have.
Okay. Zylock, you're in the general store, so you heard her say that.
Guess I'll see if I can't hunt up a wrench. Either double check it here or check the Smiths out. Smith might have a wrench.
Yeah, roll perception.
Hey.
Yeah, with a dirty 20. She walks out and you look up from all of smithing tools standing by. And you do see a number of wrenches.
Amazing.
Nice.
I'll grab a couple and head over.
Okay. Together, you guys find the tools you need to remove the axle from saw blade. Now, this is going to require a sleight of hand check and an athletics check. Now, let me tell you, the athletics check is more important than the sleight of hand. There's a lot heavy saw blade and getting injured. And you would know this just by looking at this.
My strength isn't very good, but my sleight of hand is pretty good. And also, I can give whoever does this, I can give you bardic inspiration, so it'll help.
I'm not very good at either of those things.
Okay, so I need one person.
My rogue expertise is elsewhere.
Okay, I need one person to do the athletics and a different person.
Okay, I'll do the sleight of hand.
All right. I'll do athletics.
And I'm going to give you some bardic beforehand with the athletics. Oh, wait, I guess you don't need it. Never mind, you already rolled. But I can, though. I will. Sorry. I'll. If it's okay. I said I would do it. Is it okay if I hang on to it? Because I'm not sure if it'll disappear for him.
It's fine.
Okay. Cool. All right. That's. I'll roll sleight of hand.
8.
Oh no. I wish I could inspire myself.
Okay, so Xylock, you're holding this saw blade ready for it to come loose, and it just doesn't. And you kind of look down and you see the Tabaxi struggling to get all of these mountings loose. It's clear that one of these bolts is stuck faster than...
Can I take my oil flask and try to loosen it up a little bit?
Yep, go ahead and roll that sleight of hand with advantage. 10, that's what you needed. The saw blade comes loose.
Little by little.
And suddenly, Xylock, you find yourself bearing the saw blade. It's not that it's super heavy, but it is extremely sharp. And as it comes loose, you feel it biting into the hands. And it's to set it down carefully and then roll it off to the side without hurting anybody. You guys remove the axle from the mountings, and you now have a heavy-duty metal axle.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Can we carry it? Do we have to roll a check or something to carry it all the way back to the
Have a bar.
Find a dolly if we need one.
It's not that you're good. However, as you're looking around in this lumber mill as you're getting ready, you do see a number of barrels that smell of, I almost want to say an acrid substance. Like they're full of pitch.
Amazing. Oh, that's going to be useful for us. Can we take those out too?
While they head back to the Brahma, can we see about loading those into the canoes or rafts or whatever boats that is that I've seen down there?
Sure, you can do that.
What would happen if we
have those anchored off in the water?
Yes, you can totally do that.
Wait, so I thought pitch was sticky. Was that the idea to like make the
pitch is very sticky and it's also very flammable.
So the idea is we could basically build a burning barricade of boats.
I gotcha. I understand. Can we save a barrel of it and maybe stick it down this little pathway down here in case they come by land?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
One moment while I find an appropriate boat item. Meanwhile, you were also planning to head down to the tavern, see what kind of alcohols they had.
I'm mostly thinking about Molotov cocktails possibilities.
Okay.
But I don't know. I have a suspicion that won't work with like regular swill. But if there's anything stronger, then that might work, especially if we're going to light the pitch on fire.
Well, what you know is that Port Rolough is famous for the ale, which ale is not. It's not really appropriate for Molotov cocktails. Burn, just beer. But you can go ahead and roll me an investigation to see if you can find anything stronger than.
Okie dokie.
See, look for the hidden moonshine.
You did say that.
Or, yeah, you don't really find anything
feel like I got
Potent.
distracted by that beer.
Maybe. I'm still having a hard time finding. Try this. Well, I will search for that. In the meantime, you guys are going to set up canoes full of barrels out of my pack.
Can we make sure that the smith is working on getting the Brahma back together?
Very much expecting him to say that he was going to pull barrels out of his ass.
I mean, I basically am.
Anyway,
Amazing.
Sorry.
Let's be real. They're coming out of somewhere. I would like to know what arrangement you plan to have these barrels.
Because
you
let's
have...
try to set it up so they're blocking where they could dock at.
So like out here?
So there's a sunken ship off on the left dock, so they can't really dock there. Maybe blocking where they can't get to the center dock here.
Okay.
So like a little semicircle around here? Like,
Yeah,
where's...
anchor
trying
one
to
off,
find it.
like,
I was trying to find my
anchor one
like a
there.
drawing tool, but I am not...
Just look if you click on the pencil.
Anchor over here.
Okay, I'm looking for a pencil.
Below the ruler. Left-hand bar. Left-hand bar, there's top button, which looks like a person. And there's a... And then there's...
Like,
I got a journal below my ruler.
I've got a little bookmarky thing.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's because you're not... Okay. I understand why.
I am not a dungeon master.
Yeah, you guys do not have access to that as you are players. You are trusted players. It's just how the game... It's how Foundry... out. But if you tell me where
so
you're...
this is what I was thinking. Can you see what I'm drawing?
Yes, I see your...
it was going to be a semicircle, but then instead it was a couple of rectangles. But the idea, theory, just being canoes and kind of a semicircle.
You basically have 4 canoes to work.
Okay, so not that big, but like, oh, for pity's sake.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You have 8 barrels of pitch at your disposal.
We have 4 canoes and 8 barrels of pitch.
Put
And we're
2
putting...
per boat.
could we save one so we could put some pitch on, like, basically the... if we can put it... Because I'm afraid that these things are going to come from the other... in case they come from the other direction, if we can spread some of that pitch, like, on the road, so in case, like, anyone that's walking by it might get stuck in it, that could give us an advantage. Maybe.
Oh, like actually use the pitch for its intended purpose.
For its intended purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
Maybe take 2 barrels so that, like, the canoes on the end each have only 1, and then the other 2 canoes have 2 each. Echo, can you help me get rid of these rectangles now? I don't understand what I'm doing.
Yes, just one moment. Okay.
I apologize.
I don't have a canoe, but I do have a full-blown ship that I will... Oh, that's your canoe.
And once we get the canoes set up, can I conjure animals to summon some cave badgers to dig some trenches around the town? Because they have a 15-foot burrow and they leave tunnels behind them, so I figured they could probably dig out like a whole trench around it. If I summon 8 of them, I'm sure I could make a pretty good trench.
You can make quick work of that. How much
That's amazing.
time do you have? How long do they...
They last for an hour.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Arrange this... Okay, first let me... the template. Okay, and then... The canoes and the layout you guys were talking about. You have them moored, I assume, with rope. Half circle.
Do you need us to
Yep.
do any checks, or is it all
This is just time.
set up?
All this does is
This
takes
is just
time. Time is progressing as you guys are doing this. I mean, it would be athletics checks if there was anything, but you're putting them in a
Gotcha.
boat and then you're pushing the boat out. You're not doing anything that is too difficult, and you are competent people. So,
Okay, I have to AFK 1 sec. I'll be right back.
all right. One moment. We'll put these fences here. Then 1 barrel in that.
And then the other barrels we're gonna spread pitch down
Okay.
this. Yeah, down here.
Each barrel contains quite a bit of pitch, so you are spreading it across the cobble.
That was my. I mean, unless people have better ideas. I
That
feel
works. I
like-
can dig the trenches to make them where they have to take the road.
I like that.
uh,
Yeah, I like that a lot. That like the only way in here is via like a pitch road. It does mean it's going to be hard to get out, which is maybe the downside of this plan. But it seems like this is what we're defending. I also have. I may maybe wait until Sal comes back, but I happen to have taken the 3rd level spell Glyph of Warding,
Okay.
which is a spell, and I wanted to sort of like for the rest of the group, I wanted to know if you think there is any place that I should maybe set up a Glyph of Warding. So that'll mean that it's like a trap essentially that I can trigger. That if somebody like crosses a particular line or opens a particular door, they'll get, I think it's like 3d6 of various, or 5d8 of a kind of damage. And so if there's anywhere we want to I was thinking maybe like the city hall door or something like that. Like if some particular area is
If they
attacked,
get
I
past
could,
us,
like the
yeah,
casting time is
City
an
Hall
hour
door is great.
is the only problem.
Are we talking like Glyph of Warding or something?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about Warding.
So you know, as the person who can use this spell, that you set what triggers the Glyph of Warding. You just have to basically pick a spot that you think is likely for either enemies to cross or that you can tell it to go off. And then I think the AoE of a Glyph of Warding is spot of the. If I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
Inscribe the grift and unleashes magical. You inscribe it on a surface or within an object that can be closed to conceal the glyph. The glyph can cover an area of no larger than 10 feet in diameter. If the surface of the object is moved more than 10 feet from where you cast the spell, the glyph is broken and ends without being triggered. It's nearly invisible. Requires a self-save DC against my investigation to be found. I decide what triggers the glyph. I was thinking like an open door could trigger the glyph. So like if we want to protect the people that are in City Hall or right in front of City Hall, we could theoretically put a glyph down there. And like if it's crossed, if the door is opened by someone that means harm, maybe.
Oh, that's a good idea. I see what you're saying. You would have to warn the people inside. No.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
thought. Is I want to like it would then trap the people inside, and that I don't want to necessarily do that. But I could also. I mean, like it's just a thing to think about. Like we don't have to use it, but it seems like it's a good resource, and this is the time. If we were going to use it now, it's probably the time. Anyone
really?
Basically,
have
what we should
ideas?
just let everyone know that, like, hey, up until we are expecting an attack. Everybody, Vivi can't say this because she doesn't. She can only speak in very limited
Right.
phrases, and
Thank
most
you.
of them are aphorisms, because that is how she learned to talk. But just the theory being, we get people who need hiding inside this building, and then just make sure that they know that they're in there for the duration.
Yeah, I mean the other. I don't have very many uses. I only have 2 uses of this spell, and I also I have other 3rd level spells that could be useful. So like we can do it to protect the people. We can also put it if we think that danger will come from a certain angle. I can also throw a glyph down somewhere.
Yeah.
but I'm not. The question is, I'm not totally sure where to do it, so I'm open to suggestions.
It is at this moment, as it is
Since
now.
we don't know the direction.
It's
we don't know
just
the direction.
past the afternoon. It's just after 12 o'clock when Orem, blacksmith, finishes repairing the cannon,
Amazing.
which is
Yay.
great. However, as
Oh, no.
he finishes repairing the cannon of the Brahma, apparently there was a charge. The cannon fires
Oh, no.
off. It was not aimed at anybody, as the Brahma was pointed out to the water, but there is the extremely loud and raucous call of the cannon's fire, and you hear Orem say, "Kate, are you all right?"
Everybody's okay, but that might have given us away, perhaps.
All right.
I guess they knew they were coming for us anyway, though.
You see Orem is like, he's behind the cannon, where he's just finished repairing the axle, which he appeared to be doing with magical welding, which is probably why the charge went on. And he's looking very sheepish as he's looking at it.
Okay.
My
As
bag.
long as you get it functioning.
You still have that bag of power sources?
Yep.
He gestures for you to bring.
I hop over to him carrying the bag of power sources that he gave me.
The image of the Kenku hopping from
Very.
very bird-like.
She's very, yeah.
He is going to take the bag from you, and then he pulls from within it these crystals. Each of them is a glowing blue crystal that all of you would recognize. They are Banasite, magical.
Sure.
They generally can be used to replace any spell component, but they're also, the crystal forms are used as magic power sources. And he begins trying to put them into the recesses, and I rolled really poorly, so his hands are just a little bit too big and too awkward to install them. He looks down at you and he says, "You small thing."
Okay, she'll try. What do I roll?
This is gonna be, so you're a rogue. Why don't you roll thieves tool?
Okay. I mean, I'm proficient in that. Seems. Oops. That's the wrong way. Do that. Hang on a second. Here we go. No, I don't want to add a proficiency, you silly thing. Just roll it. Is there a different place I'm supposed to click on this thing?
Well, thieves tool. Okay, just roll me.
I'm just gonna fucking roll the tool proficiency by hand. Because it's gonna be just dex plus.
It's basically just dex plus proficiency. Just slide a hand or something else that's dex based. Your proficient in it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do. Yeah, it's 5 plus 3, so 8. Because everything else, I have too many expertises. Oh, 8. So acrobatics is the same. So I'll roll that.
19.
Amazing.
Simple enough. They are very small crystals, and it would make sense that the dwarven man whose hands are in these thick gloves, he can't quite get them into the right position. You climb up into these recesses. You put the crystal in. They slide in. It takes a little bit of finesse to get them to actually depress the copper in, but you do so. And when you install the first one, the blue crystal kind of glows a little brighter, and you kind of feel the static energy crawl up your feathers, and you just hear this as energy begins to fill the air around it.
Your feathers puff up like when you have an electric shock and the hair stands up.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Very puffy up feathers.
And as you install the first one, the stone slab the Brahma sits on, suddenly these rivulets of blue that kind of crisscross across it illuminate. And the Brahma just, you all hear this quiet as it suddenly begins to earthquake.
Treasure.
The Brahma appears to be operational.
Vivi hops down and sort of throws her arms in the air.
Did you install the rest of the...
Do we want to move it down to the dock
Yeah, I
area?
mean, we'll install. I'm not gonna just stop installing the power sources. I'll do all of it.
Move it where?
That's a good question. Do we want to move it to the beach?
Down to the dock. Since it has a cannon, it can shoot it to ships, maybe sinking them if they come by sea.
I'm down for that.
I mean, we did fire a cannon into the ocean, so we've definitely put them on notice that we're preparing in that direction. But that said, I do think it makes sense to have, like, I think that we're going to be better prepared to fight on land for like things incoming. I've got way more shit that I can do on land than on the ocean, so I think pointing the Brahma out there makes sense.
I agree.
Are any of you proficient in vehicles?
How do we know?
It'll be under ritual proficiencies. I am proficient, for example, in playing cards, thieves' tools, and the viol. So I could play the viola or the fiddle, but I cannot drive.
Oh yeah, I'm proficient in a whole bunch of instruments.
Smith or the mercenary. Either of those.
Yeah, can we see if Credence can drive?
Sam looks at you all and he says, "No.
I mean,
I could try, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh no, we
You've
worked
got
so
time
hard
to
on
practice.
this.
Yeah, but so could you. I mean, I don't...
Echo, I have this background feature, the Urban Bounty Hunter ear to the ground feature, and I'm wondering if I could put my ear to the ground and locate someone in town who theoretically could drive a vehicle. I'm just throwing it out there. I know that there's not very many people left in town.
To that effect, I also have a criminal contact feature that can act as my liaison for network even over great distances.
I don't really... Okay, so when you... The thing is that everyone in this town...
Yeah, everybody fucking left.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So... You can... Okay, so you guys can try and figure out how to drive the vehicle. It's just going to be an intelligence check.
Oh, not me then.
You're basically going to climb into the thing and see if you can figure out the control. It's not like because you're not proficient, no, you're not allowed to use the thing. It's just it's gonna take a little bit of time to figure it out. Like everything else with this one shot, big time.
My investigation's pretty good because I have expertise in it, but I'm only a +1 int. So, not the smartest.
Credence. Try to practice on it.
I can give it a shot, I guess. Now, you guys have worked with Credence before. He's part of the Last Watch. He's not super sharp.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I roll insight to see how smart this man is?
You are pretty sure he's, on a scale of 20, he's at about an 8.
Okay, I think maybe we'd be better off Vivi trying to figure out how to drive the thing, or how smart are you guys? I'm
not smart at all. I also have a scale of 20. I'm
all right.
I can
give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm at a 12 for int, so.
Are you the smartest?
Oh my goodness.
I can certainly try.
Yeah, I'm a 12 as well.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Of the two of you, are either of you proficient in either history or arcana?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, then it's up to you. Which of you gives it a shot?
We could roll these.
You could roll these.
You could roll these. DM, while they're doing that, sorry because I keep going back and forth. I'm gonna expend a spell slot if it's okay for me to spend an hour casting this Glyph of Warding. I'm gonna warn everybody to stay inside first and be like, this is the last line of defense. I don't want anything to happen to you. So now the glyph of warning is set, if that's okay.
Okay, where are you putting it? Right on the door?
I was gonna have the trigger be if a hostile creature opens the door.
Hostile, define hostile for me.
If someone that means harm to those inside, like has weapons
that
drawn.
might be. Could you do like not one of us? Like could you like specifically exclude?
Sure, yeah. Actually, there's no one here. Yeah, so specifically not one of us.
Okay, good enough. It's just, has to be.
Yeah.
It's a very specific spell. So
That
a 10-foot space.
This is the first time I've cast it. Yeah. No, it's the 10-foot space. It says that I can have a specific trigger, like opening a door.
Yeah.
So I would like the trigger to specifically be like opening that door.
Gotcha. Okay, so can you putting it on the door or on the ground around it?
I think I can put it just on the door. Let me double check. This spell is really long.
It's also a very damaging spell, so it's important to know exactly what you want.
Yes. I want to make it so that like the idea is that it'll be a last line of defense against like if the pirates or whatever are coming and they just want to like pillage and kill shit and they try to open this door where there are innocents, they're going to get a face full of explosive.
Okay,
blast.
So is it explosion?
It is. It can be different. I'm gonna make. I don't really have a spell that wouldn't work for the spell, so I'm gonna have it be explosion runes. And it looks like I can set it to whatever kind of damage I want.
Yes.
What do we think, guys? Do we think cold damage, poison damage? I don't know.
It can be whatever you
Cold.
like.
Let's say acid damage. It'll do acid.
Gross. Awesome. All right. Let me make it look all spooky.
Cool. So it's just basically a way of, like if somebody that is not, I'm gonna actually even if I can make it this specific, I'm gonna say someone that is not in this town. So like all the innocents inside, the four of us, the blacksmith, the council person, somebody that it is not known to me that is not in this town. If someone else opens that door, that glyph is gonna go off.
Now you do have. It's when you set the spell. So like. It's not like that can change later, right? So,
yeah.
Just be confident in how you have that set. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We got it.
I'm also going to have Slight just as a last measure. She's going to write on the door. She's going to say, "Do not open."
That'll do it.
I'm sure that'll help.
You have protected. So any Modron will not open that.
This will definitely not backfire on us. This will totally be fine.
I'll check on my badgers digging the trenches around the town.
Yes. I'm sorry. You cast Conjure Animals, and I pulled open the templates to start drawing them digging, and I didn't do it. So let me move stuff out of here real quick. Weird flak pieces. All right. And then you are. Why don't you kind of give me some pings as to where you want the trenches to be dug? Because over an hour, these badgers, they can make big trenches in an hour. I just need to know.
Yes, I'm trying to make them 3 wide and like 20 feet deep, like all the way from the shoreline up to the road on both sides.
So you're gonna have them be basically like on up to here, or are they in the beach? Are they in the dirt or the beach?
From the pretty much starting from the top up here to the left of the road of where we have the barrel. Start probably at the corner of this house, and then go all the way to the beach.
Okay.
And then the same on the other side. Start just off the road here, probably about here, and go all the way out to the back of that warehouse, and then cut to the beach.
Okay. So I realize the map makes it. I realize the map makes it hard to see like the areas that are obviously out of the map. But for the sake of ease, as your DM, I will tell you, enemies are not going to be attacking where you cannot see. Because ridiculous from a game standpoint. But you say you want them to be this. That's trench.
Yeah.
Love it.
Then
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
all
So
this is trench.
make them 15 foot wide and like 20 feet deep.
That's so
Basically.
cool.
They are to be able to dig it all the way because I think they can move 150 feet per minute each, and there's 8 of them. So
Oh yeah, I'm
pretty sure they could dig a massive.
they totally can do this.
This is such a cool use of conjure animals.
And then pile the extra dirt on the inside so they can't see beyond the hole, the shoot arrows or anything like that. It's just a big wall of dirt past a pit.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything that we can do to disguise these pits so people will just like fall into them if they're hostile?
I mean, your imagination is the limitation here.
It says they can dig it to where it leaves a tunnel because they just dig it and leave a very thin surface layer where it's not enough to support a person as they walk over.
Yeah, that's a thing a badger would know how to do.
Just dig it till it reaches grass and just leave the grassy dirt layer at the top. So the ground looks sagged, but it won't be a hole.
Why don't you roll me a spellcasting check for how intelligent and effective these badgers are that you've summoned?
Oh my god, roll for badger quality. I love
Roll
it.
for a badger. Are the badgers smart?
Let's
Yes,
see.
no.
What check did you say it was? Sorry.
Spellcasting. So basically, just roll like a spell attack.
Okay. Let me pull up my character sheet. Bill book. We just see if that works.
Druid
No, I
craft.
didn't roll the die. It didn't roll the number though.
So you concentrate on these badgers, and a crown of flowers appears on your head.
Trying to
I
find a
think
way to roll
the spell attack mod.
Yeah. So roll a d20 and add your spell attack, basically. Which I think for you.
I was trying to find that. I didn't see it. I see the
It's
DC, but I don't see the attack.
It's under. So if you go to the thing that's like action spells inventory, there's a +4 modifier, spell attack, and save DC. You should be able to just roll the spell attack next to the little die that says spell attack.
I didn't see that. My character sheet back up. Come on, open back up. Yeah, I don't see the spell attack, just the DC one.
If you're looking at your character sheet on Beyond,
yeah,
it's above like your spells and stuff. It tells you your spell attack, like +6, +7, +5.
It's not on. I see DC 15, spellcasting, wisdom, action, bonus action, reaction, concentration, ritual, prepared.
One moment.
I don't see spell attack on here.
I am taking a quick.
I might be being blind, but
Yeah, it's so if you click on spells, it says your spell attack is a +7. Your modifier is +4. Your spell attack is +7, and your save DC. So go ahead and roll me a d20 plus.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just not very familiar with Foundry.
Oh, no problem. I was looking at that in D&D Beyond. All right.
I probably would have had to go to D&D.
All right. So you rolled a natural 2 +7.
Oh no!
The badgers understand what you want. The thing is, they're not super great at getting close to the surface without punching through the surface. So it's a little patchy. You think that if someone was running or not paying attention, they would punch straight through. But if they were looking or just walking, they probably would notice that this terrain looks questionable. Now, you might be able to disguise it,
Okay.
or you might be able to like lay down some leaves or something to try and cover up the shitty areas, but at the moment, it's not very well hidden.
Okay.
Did we ever sort
At
out?
least as a trench.
There is a 20-foot trench hidden on the outskirts of town. Yeah. Did you ever figure out what?
What we were doing as far as the driving the Brahma. Should we roll that off, or
You did not decide
that's
what you were.
right.
Got distracted.
Sorry.
It's okay. Because these things happen.
We both want to give it a check. Me and you both get in and try to figure out the driving and the
You
cannon.
guys could probably work together to sort it out.
Yeah, we could try to do that. What are we rolling? Int
Let's
checks?
give it
This
a
is
shot.
straight intelligence.
Okay, straight in.
Can I?
Oh, boy.
Okay, this I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration for.
Ooh, which one? Unless you're going to spend it to
Uh,
both.
no, I'm gonna give it to Zay
Dialogue?
Dragon. Yeah.
Okay, Zalak, you have a D8.
Yes, the D8.
You can add to this if you'd like.
Yeah, we might need it.
Okay, so Zalak, that's a
Alright.
15, and then Vivi, it's an 11. So you guys you climb down into the main cabin of the Brahma, and you see there is a seat with what looks like there's a large crystal sphere in front of you, Zylok, and then there are these two, for better or worse, levers. And then on the other seat, Vivi, you see there is this, it looks like a looking glass. And the two of you kind of look around, and Vivi, as you're looking through this looking glass, it kind of shows you this distorted fisheye view of the immediate space around the Brahma, and there are markings on it that they're written in common, but that doesn't seem to help. You don't understand what they're saying, as it seems like you see LT, and then there's like 6 blue lights, and like it doesn't mean anything to you, but they're
Vivi is
there.
like tilting her head, like. "Huh?"
Like, it's clearly in common, but you're like, I don't know what I'm looking at. With a 15, Zylok, you figure out that the large blue sphere, you kind of mess with it, and when you put your hand on it and turn it, the whole Brahma just turns in the direction that you've turned it. And then,
Neat.
as you're playing with the levers and stuff like that, the Brahma begins to, like, glide in strange patterns. You pull the one lever and the whole Brahma just suddenly shifts directly to the left as if it was strafing. And you hear Orem outside go, "Hey, watch it!" as you almost just glide right over
I want to
him.
back up.
And then you play with the other lever, and then the whole Brahma just surges forward. With a 15, you have figured out clunkily how to move the Brahma. It's not intuitive, but you think that if you had some time, you could probably get this down.
We could at least get it to the beach, vaguely angled the way we wanted it.
Yes.
Yeah.
With an 11, Vivi,
Vivi is confused. She doesn't understand what's happening.
do you do any, like, tactile? Do you touch anything? Or
I definitely poke at the lights on the looking glass.
okay. You poke one light, and Orem suddenly hits the deck as one of the power sources suddenly, and electricity just scars the dirt where he was.
Okay, I don't do that again.
Is it clear how to, like, is the power source the thing that's like the cannon? Like, do we have to load the cannon?
The cannon is currently unloaded as it was fired by accident.
Yeah, we'll have to load that up before
Someone does have to load the cannon. So the way the Rama works, it requires a crew, a minimum of 2. If you have a crew of 3, you can use the driving, you can use the electrical defenses cannon. But if you have a crew of 2, one person drives, or like on their turn, they decide either drive or use the electrical defenses. Basically, they switch seats on their turn, right? Like, they climb into the other seat and handle those controls, and then the other person is the gunner who's going and looking and everything.
Okay, well, we have 3 of us.
Nice.
Are you gonna go Brahma versus Pirates?
We might. I mean, I don't think that we want to necessarily commit all three of us to being in the Brahma, but it wouldn't be bad to have access to the Brahma.
No.
We could put our mercenary guy in as one of the drivers, so we have access to all three things.
You might want to take some time to explain how it works.
It works, yeah.
Because he is not sharp. But I'm not. You
Could
totally
also
can.
make it stationary and put a single gunner in it. Maybe pile some dirt around the front to keep the enemy ship from firing cannons back if it has any.
Unfortunately, the cannon cannot turn left. Its aim is determined by the way the Brahma is facing.
Makes sense.
It can aim up and down.
You got to move the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a steampunk tank. It is not a very good one. But for what it is, it does fairly well.
So.
Doesn't really have a turret. It's basically a naval cannon that sits on top.
These electrical defenses.
Yes.
Do we know how they work because of what Vivi was just doing?
Vivi, you're looking at the little touch screen, the little looking glass.
Vivi now has an idea that the lights are each one of the electrical defenses that will go off if you hit the button.
When you touched the little blue light, it completely dimmed. But now that it's been a few moments, you see that it has flickered back on to full blue.
Charged. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So could we perhaps explain how this works to our other mercenary guy whose name I can't remember?
Damn.
And he can be the like guy that is in charge of pushing the buttons when we need them to push the button. That seems like an easy task.
Yeah, I can do that. That seems easy enough. I see a person and I just poke the thing and zap.
Cool. Do we want Vivi? You're really good at scouting, right? Do we want Slight to be in the Brahma, or do we just want two? Who do we want to be on this crew?
No, you don't have to use the Brahma. Saying you do have Orem and the mayor. So if you want to have the Brahma controlled by NPCs, you guys want to use your abilities and stuff like that. That is an option. But you don't have to.
That would be helpful.
That would be helpful. Yeah, we could do that.
I grabbed the Smith, who I almost electrocuted.
The mayor's been watching you guys work. She's chewing on her nails, just nervous and waiting and hopeful. And when she sees you all looking at her, she's like, "What?
You want to learn to
I'm
drive?
gonna teach you how to push some buttons."
One of them is going to have to drive is the problem.
Don't put eggs in one basket.
One of them will have to learn.
I have a sneaking suspicion the mayor may be smarter than Sam.
The mayor is smarter than... the mayor does run a city, so her intelligence is actually pretty... What were you going to say, Kris?
We can show her what we figured out, so...
So she can drive, Credence can man the shocking, and I guess the Smith can run the cannon.
That seems about right.
Be better to do it on purpose.
It would be, I think so.
Well, you'll have your chance.
Definitely would be better to do it on
Where
purpose.
do we want to put it? Do we want to put it on the beach? Do we want to put it like kind of behind something and then it can roll out?
You guys are discussing this and you're talking about showing them how to use the Brahma, what is your passive perceptions?
Good question.
My passive
17.
investigation is 17, but my passive perception is just 14.
15.
Okay, so passive. I don't need your passive investigation. Your passive perception is what?
14.
14 and 15 and what? What was
17,
yours?
17.
17. Okay, awesome. With a 17, do something. It's coming from a distance, but you suddenly hear it, and it's a noise that all of you have heard before, as Sarah's for a couple weeks. You hear
Oh,
the wheezing prone, approaching undead. And as you guys were distracted by the goings of drama and figuring out, you see that coming from the south side of the town, already encroached upon and past a couple of the buildings, a couple of zombies. And then as you look up the street, you see that stuck in the pitch are a pair more zombies that are struggling to pull forward. Then rounding blacksmith shop. Already upon and in the plaza of town for zombies. Roll initiative.
Wait, did they got past the trenches and everything?
They appear to have not fallen in the trenches. Maybe they didn't see them, or maybe they didn't approach from that angle. You know for certain these guys need to not be.
This is great initiative, you guys. I'm super fast.
I see that.
So fast. So fast. Oh, man.
I'm not
so
much
fast.
better.
Everyone is very fast.
Worm needs to be in the... Alright. So, yeah, go ahead and roll your initiative.
So, okay, we have 2 zombies in the pitch and 2 zombies in the blacksmith shop, and the other one I see...
There are 2 more coming from down here.
Oh, I see. I just didn't notice them before. Cool.
The mercenary that you've worked with, Samuel Credence, is apparently going. Or we can all. You rolled really well. Okay. He steps to the side and he says, "Eyes up, everyone. We got trouble." And as he steps around, closer to about here, and then he raises his amaranthine revolver and will open fire. Two attacks. The first one is a hit. The second one is also a hit. Okay. Getting his money's worth. Alright, he immediately blasts this first zombie for 2 shots. And the zombie just... as it didn't like that. It's still up and moving, though. And then Sam will begin to reload his revolver, and he'll look at the rest of you and say, "Well, let's hop to it." And then right, or Slight is here.
Which one did he damage?
This
The
one.
one down here. Hang on. The slide is on my screen, so I can't see which one. Oh, that one. That's what I thought. I'm gonna have Slight take out her crossbow.
Okay.
She's gonna attack that same one.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your attacks.
Crit.
That's a natural 20.
That's a natural 20.
Okay, roll damage.
So that.
Okay, so the way I handle crits, you did 5 plus 3 is 8, plus your total dice possible, which is another 8. So you dealt 16 points of damage.
Heck yeah!
That zombie is dead.
Amazing. Is it really? Is it for real dead, or is it undead fortitude?
The bolt slams into the skull of the zombie, and the head zippers open, and the creature falls to the ground.
Amazing. Well, Slight is celebrating so much that her second shot probably doesn't hit.
With a 10?
That's 10.
No, that does not hit it.
Yep. Cool. We got this.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's
Do you want to move?
bonus action. Is she gonna move? I actually kind of like where she is. Because she can see, she has line of sight on a whole bunch of zombies right now. So I think she's just gonna, maybe, she'll jump behind here.
Take some cover?
She'll
Okay.
jump in.
Sounds good.
Take some cover.
Alright.
And I'm gonna bardically inspire Kenku friend, Vivi.
Okay. How do you inspire Kenku?
She is gonna pull out her lute, and she's gonna play a little trill that is like Necessity is the mother of invention!
That's great.
Okay. This part. Up. This zombie is going to push forward 10 feet. And then it makes eye contact with you, Zylok, and it's going Undead Surge.
What?
It immediately rushes forward. Zylok, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Kris?
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Did we lose
Oh
him?
no!
Zylok! You're under attack!
Oh no, I think we lost him.
I will roll it for him. His dexterity save. I will reveal it. Hold an 11. That is not going to cut it. The undead zombie rushes forward, hurtling across the ground and slams into Zylok. I need Zylok to make a strength saving throw now. Oh, you're here.
Give me just a moment.
You're
Yeah, so
back.
I've got my phone up on Discord, but my Wi-Fi completely just went out. I don't know what happened.
Oh, snap.
I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
So I'm gonna reset the router, see if I can get it back up. See, I got Discord on
Okay,
Phone.
you are taking an
the phone, but
attack,
I
and
can't get Andre.
Okay, Kris, you are taking an attack, but it's not going to do damage. I don't think. Roll the deck.
Okay,
Just letting you know what's happening.
appreciate you. Sorry about that.
No worries. I'm rolling a strength save for you. You rolled a 21, so you are not knocked
Amazing.
prone, and you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as this zombie hurtles towards you and slams into you, Zylok. That's its turn. So I will ding you
Okay.
7. All right. Now it is this entity's turn. It is still stuck in the pitch. I'm going to roll its
Amazing.
strength save to get out. It's been failing so far, and so it
Yay, for
continues. Still stuck. Brilliant idea on the pitch. It cannot move. Next.
Yay!
This
Yay!
zombie's turn. This one makes eye contact with Vivi. Slight. Let me check the distance. Vivi, you are in range. Slight, you are not. Vivi, it is going to perform an undead surge at you. I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
You have Bardic, if you need it.
DC is 13. That ain't going to do it.
Bardic.
You want to spend that Bardic?
Yeah, I'll spend it. It's a D8.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's totally it. You get out of the way, and the
Yay!
zombie surges past you and falls prone. That's its turn.
Vivi tilts her head and goes.
This zombie is dead and no longer be in the initiative order. Next, Zylok is up. We will delay Zylok's turn until he can take an action. His internet has restored.
Love it.
At the This zombie is also stuck in the pitch. He tears himself free and moves half movement, so he gets to about here. That's it. Vivi, you're up.
Okay, so
There
we've
is
got.
a zombie that has just fallen prone behind you after it attempted to tackle you, and you just stepped out of the way.
I'm gonna throw it and stab it with a dagger.
Go for it.
With advantage, I think, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
prone.
because it's prone. Otherwise, I'd be doing arrows because I'm a sharpshooter. But we're definitely going to take advantage of the thing being prone on the ground. So
It is scrabbling to try and get back up, and all this firewood has tumbled. You just as it's trying to get back up, and it just can't do so. Go ahead and roll your. A 17 certainly hits. Go ahead and roll damage with sneak attack.
yeah.
As you stab it, you hear Sam say, "That's what I'm talking about."
Why are you
He's
not?
very
Okay,
helpful.
there
We
There's
love
normal,
to see
and then
it.
I need to find the sneak attack button.
I believe it's 2d6.
I think so. I was hoping that I could just.
Normally, it pops up when you deal an
Yeah.
attack as a rogue.
I must
Yeah,
have. I
totally.
must have done something wrong.
Let me look if
or what-
if you just click on your character and go to features, you click on sneak attack, then you can roll the damage for it. There it is.
Wow.
14 points of damage from that stab. Okay,
Incredible.
good hit. The zombie, as it's trying to get back up, you suddenly drive the dagger down into the base of its neck, and it just is flattened as it can't get back up, and you've pinned it with your knife.
All right, let me just check my bonus actions. Yeah. Bonus action disengage.
Yeah, go for it.
And
Where would you like to go?
Where am I? Sorry, I scrolled out too far. Bonus action disengage and just
Okay, yeah, it does
duck
not
out
attack
behind the
you
building.
because you defended yourself as you leave. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right. It's now the mayor's turn. The mayor. Say again?
I've got my net back up.
Oh, you're back?
in.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and take
Hey.
your turn right now, Saohlai?
Okay. Let's. So we got one right in front of me. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's wild shape.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. What are you turning into?
Bonus action into that. Let's see. You know what? Let's do the relic sloth. Let's try that thing out.
Okay, relic sloth. Let me pull it out. This is the first time I've run a druid wild shaping on Foundry, so here we go.
Go.
So, okay. Let me this represent an actor. Where you at? Okay.
Whoa. Is that
So-
what you are now?
That's what he turned into. So you can control that token, I believe.
That's incredible.
Okay.
So you turn into this huge sloth that's covered in these little platelets of armor. What do you do? As that was your bonus action as a moon druid.
I want to attack it, but I'm not seeing the attack. I click. It's showing relic sloth, but it's still showing all of Xylok's equipment.
Okay, so if you
How
click
do I
on
roll the sloth attack?
so if you click on Xylok on inventory. Oh, I see the problem. I see what's going on. All right. One moment, please. So the Xylok's attack, or not Xylok, the Relic Sloth's attack is a melee +7 to hit. It's 2d8 +5. So if we pull open, if I just give you permissions to control this thing, you can do it from the actual actor list. So new mechanic, who this? Okay. You should be able to pull open the Relic Sloth's character sheet. So if you click on the actor token on the top right-hand side of the screen, the actor's directory, the Relic Sloth should show up for you. See it?
Okay. Yep, pulling it up.
Yeah, then you should be able to go to its features and click on the attack. There it is.
Cool. Claw.
Then click on attack. Yep. That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. So click on damage. 17 points of damage. So this massive sloth just
Holy crap.
and the zombie is almost immediately slain. It's barely up. And it
That's incredible.
Basically, just
And I
wrecked
I think
that
it's
thing.
grappled too. Yeah, it's grappled. Yes.
okay. Yeah, it cannot move. Have it in your claws.
It's amazing.
Can I move with him?
You know, I think so, because you're a very large creature. I think you're huge.
Yeah.
Yes, you can move with it with no
We'll
penalty
make
to your
our
movement.
way up the street with him a bit.
Okay.
We'll drag him up the street with us.
Okay. You just you pick up this zombie and you all hear just this as this zombie is these claws just dig into its abdomen. And you lift it up and walk slowly as you're a sloth.
Amazing.
Okay.
It is a slot.
Yeah,
Just
your
ambling.
yeah, your movement is
Leisurely
20.
away.
So
Just lumber through the streets.
okay. I think that's your turn. Yes, that's your turn because you've moved, you've attacked, and you used your bonus action to turn into that thing. Next, okay, so we now go to the mayor's turn. The mayor, who was looking at that zombie with concern, and now that you have it in your hands, she just kind of, oh, okay, that's handled, all right. And she runs up this way, and she's pulling out a book as she does, and she looks up, and she goes, this for you! And she hurls a firebolt at this zombie. As mage.
Hey.
That's a 13 to hit, which does hit the zombie, so she deals
Good
9
to know.
points of fire damage. 9, not P. Thank you, keyboard. And that's her turn. Orem. He's nowhere near you guys. He turns around, sees what's going on, and he just draws his hammer. And he's like, all right, I'm coming. And then he just spends his whole turn running. Because he has a long way to go.
Short little dwarf legs.
Yeah. He moves 50 feet. That's his turn. He can't do anything else. That's poor guy. All right, it's this final zombie's turn. This zombie sees the wizard. What's the range? Out of range. So if I move 20, then it can perform an undead surge. It will. Wizard, the wizard. Dex save. By the wizard, I mean the mayor, of course. Mayor fails. And so mayor will take a hit. She's on the strength save. She takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And this is... Okay. Back to the top of the order. Sam looks around, sees that there is a prone zombie here, and he looks at it with his revolver, and he's like, you go. And then he turns, he raises his pistol to fire at the zombie that's melee with the wizard, because the other two seem to be handled, as one is prone with a knife in its neck, and the other is in the claw of a giant fucking sloth.
That's fine.
Fires the pistol, hits once, fires again, hits again, so 2 hits. Or... that's the wrong die. Okay. With an addition to the fire damage she initially dealt, that zombie is destroyed.
Amazing.
So Samuel Creed's just reads, and he's, I've got you, but it is of no concern as that zombie is. I can find it in the initiative order to. There we go. Slight, it's your turn. You have a zombie prone in front of you.
I have a zombie prone in front of me. I'm gonna stab it with my rapier.
Fair. You have advantage. 14 hits.
Yeah.
Or
Oh.
4 points of damage.
Well, I have another attack because I'm College of Valor.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
That definitely hits, yeah.
That's better.
All right. You thrust
What's-
the rapier down, and you kill the zombie.
Amazing.
Its groans and grunts of protest are ended summarily as a rapier is thrust into its brain.
Cool. I'm fascinated by this creature, and I'm just gonna like spend my movement to kind of come up behind the relic sloth and just kind of admire it.
Okay.
And then I'm done. Oh, actually, you know what? How does the mayor look right now?
She looks a little hurt. She doesn't look super hardy. She did
But
get
she's
hit.
not like on. She's not on death's door. Right?
She's just above half.
Okay. We'll be okay with that.
Okay.
We'll save my bonus action. So I'm done.
All right. It is the zombie in your grasp's turn.
Good luck, zombie.
Gonna attack you. That's a 15 to hit you.
It's restrained though, I thought, right?
It's just
Or
grappled.
is this
It can make attacks.
grappled?
Yeah, that'll hit.
All
I
right.
got 13 AC.
You're not hard to hit. You're just enormous.
And yeah, the Wi-Fi dropped again, so I'm back on my phone, so I can't see what's going on. Just audio. I don't know why it keeps dropping.
That is unfortunate, and I'm sorry to hear it. Your wild shape form takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
I will make a note of it.
Thank you.
That's its turn. I don't think it would... Well, I guess it might... Well, it would have had to spend its action to try to escape, so no, it's still grappled. This zombie is the one still stuck in the pitch. Strength. It's a 3. It doesn't get loose. All right. Saohlai, it's your turn, but your Wi-Fi is down. I'm going to assume you perform a claw attack, or do you walk? What do you do?
Can I move around the corner of the building and try to throw the zombie I'm grappling at the one that shot the mayor?
The one that slammed the mayor is dead.
That one is dead.
Oh, is it
now.
dead?
Yes.
Ah.
But I
Well,
love
I guess
that.
I'll just slam the one I've got then.
Okay. I'll make a claw attack for you. Here.
There's a zombie at the other zombie. I love it.
Okay. It's a 17. It hits. You deal 19 points of damage as you slam the zombie into the ground. It is destroyed.
Awesome.
Amazing.
And then I'll move toward the next closest zombie.
Okay. The next closest zombie is one of the ones that was stuck in the pitch. So you
All right.
you head in that direction. You lumber down the street.
Just drag it along.
All right.
Don't hurry, guys.
That is it's a tedious pace for you. The zombie that got freeze turn, it will move. Its full move right here. This one does not have the ability to surge, so it just walks. Next. Phoebe, you're up.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay. So it looks like a lot of these zombies have just been handled. But there's one, if I poke out from behind this building, there's one in my...
This zombie looks hardier than the other one.
Okay. I'm going to take a shot at it with a short bow.
With your short bow, go for it.
Yeah. Sorry.
A 13 does not hit.
It's not shocking. Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide behind this building.
Roll stealth for me.
I'm just gonna take a step back so that I'm not, and then I'm gonna roll stealth, okay.
Okay, you feel confident in how you've hid yourself. It's now the mayor's turn. Mayor, seeing that this zombie seems to be a bit hardier, she is going to reach. She closes her book with a and then she reaches into her pouch and draws out a diamond. As she holds it out, a sudden surge of chromatic energy collects, and it solidifies into the form of just pure sound. And this ball just slams into the zombie, or maybe. Let's find out. Got a little ahead of myself. A 15 just hits. So the wizard hits the zombie with a chromatic orb. For 14 points of thunder damage. Okay. And then the diamond just flies back to her hand, and she smiles, and then goes, "Oh shit!" And then she runs this way to be behind the giant sloth.
We're all just using the giant sloth for cover.
He is enormous. Orem is not one to do so. He runs up next to the giant sloth, hammer raised, and runs out of movement. But he is ready to rock, as it were, as the blacksmith gets into range. It's now Samuel's turn. He will step this way and raise his revolver and open fire on that zombie. Oh. 2 attacks. One of them hits. So, after the twin gunfire, one slams into the shoulder of the zombie, and it didn't like it, but it's still up. Slight, we're back around to you.
I'm gonna have Slight. Oh, I'm on the tool. I don't know how to get off of the measurement tool, so I can move.
If you just click on the actor button in the top left, click on the little targeting crosshair.
There's. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm gonna have Slight kind of move up next to the sloth. And, well, I was gonna do something else that was maybe cooler, but I think I'm just gonna have her shoot at it with her crossbow. She can save the pipes of haunting for later.
Okay.
So, sorry, I'm being indecisive.
Breeze?
An
An 8
I
does
think
not
only
hit, but a 16 does.
16 does, I imagine. Okay. For some reason, it takes a while for the damage roll to go. 9.
9 points of piercing damage. The zombie now has a bolt sticking out of its chest as it's surging forward. It didn't like that either. But as I said, the zombie seems hardier, and it looks like it can take a lot more punishment.
Cool. I'm trying to figure out how to I was able to move for a second and then it stopped being able to move, so I'm gonna try to maneuver her, but she'll be basically next to the sloth, but kind of behind the
So like right
blacksmith.
here? Or here?
Yeah, right there is good.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm having trouble with it.
No worries.
Okay,
Alright. Next, it is not this entity's turn, as it is dead, but it's this turn. Okay. This zombie will surge forward. It now has a few targets to pick from. I will... Okay. Going for this. It's going for you, Slight.
okay.
So it surges past Orem, who's going to whip around with his hammer and make an attack of opportunity. With a 16, he hits. He deals 12 points of damage with that hit. He rolled really well. But now the zombie is in your face, Slight, and it's going to try and bite at you. Okay. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
17 doesn't hit me.
Okay. It gets another attack. How about a 13? Does that hit? No. Okay.
13 sure doesn't hit.
That's his turn. It's Xylok's turn.
I'm
As the-
having difficulties. I don't know what's going on this end. I done reset the router and checked everything. It's just not working for me.
It's okay. We will handle it carefully. In the meantime, you have a zombie next to you that's attacking the Tabaxi.
I guess I'll reach and give it a good swipe.
Okay. Back for you. You rolled a 15, which just hits.
Amazing.
Awesome.
You then dealt 15 points of damage. And you grapple
And
the
then
zombie.
I'd like to move him away from my friend. So I'll
Aw,
move further down the street.
Okay.
I want to hold him out in the air if I can, so if he does get free, he'll fall.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of, as you pick him up with your massive claw, it's like just trying to claw at the Tabaxi and failing to reach.
Amazing.
That's your turn.
Awesome.
Then it is going to be the zombie who's stuck in the pitch. Let's see if he gets loose. Natural 1. I can't even look. I
Zombie
reveal.
not appearing in
He's stuck here. That's where he lives. Vivi, you're up. You see around the corner the of this massive sloth with this writhing zombie extended out in its open arm, just trying to get loose. What do you do?
How tall is the building I'm standing next to?
15 feet.
I climb it.
Roll athletics.
I want to get to the roof
did
if I
not.
can.
You roll me a DC. It is raining, so it's a DC 15 athletics.
Okay, this could be really stupid, but I'm going to try anyway.
I love really stupid things in D&D.
Me too.
Wait for more fun.
You make it with a
You
17.
do it.
Easy enough. You find the footholds and you up onto the roof. And you've spent 15 feet of movement. You are on the roof with 15 left.
Can I shoot this zombie without being at risk of shooting the sloth because I have sharpshooter?
He has described carrying the zombie in an outstretched arm. So, yes.
Yes, I can. Okay. All right. We gonna shoot.
Are you gonna sharpshooter it?
Yes, I think. Let me look at the thingy really quick.
I think it's -5 or something like that.
Yeah, -5 to
Plus-
hit, plus 10 damage.
-5 to hit, plus 10 damage. I'm gonna try.
At this point, you're pretty sure you need to hit a 15 to...
Okay. Well, we'll see if I can, and if not, it won't. It'll live. So I'm doing
This is grappled in the claws
short
of my
bow,
friend.
and then I'll do an attack.
Yeah, we'll just subtract 15. Or subtract 5 from the total.
All right. I'm doing a -5 and fire.
That's a natural 20.
Oh.
So, yeah, you hit. You
A
do also...
sharpshooter-
You get sneak attack
Okay.
as well. So,
Okay.
Oh,
So,
this zombie's dead.
double the sneak attack.
no.
No,
You
remind me
roll
how this
your
works.
sneak... Okay. So the way I handle crits, they're crunchy crits.
Yeah.
So
Crunchy.
you roll your damage as normal, and then you add the maximum possible
max.
total from dice.
Okay. So it is.
So just roll damage.
So here's the damage on the short bow.
Okay.
And then
So
the
that's
sneak attack.
a 13 from the short bow. 13 points of damage plus 10 for 23. 23 plus 11 is 34 plus 18. 34 plus 18 is, I believe, 52. So you dealt 52 points of damage to this shot.
With an arrow. Wow.
Yeah, you draw back the short bow, and you see in the undead skull of the creature, there's this bit where the bone is clearly splitting, and you aim for it. And like a bullseye, the head of this creature just splits like a melon. And now the relic sloth is holding a completely motionless, destroyed
Exploded
creature.
zombie. Okay. Wow.
That's amazing.
That's a good shot.
That was crazy. What a crit.
Anything else on your turn?
I just want to take
Other
a
than-
quick look around and see if I can see anything else incoming from up here.
From up here, you can see past the general store. You see there is a zombie currently stuck in the pitch.
In the pitch, yeah.
It's trying to pull itself free. You see that it has tumbled, and one of its arms is to the forearm and glued to the ground, and it's trying to pull its foot loose. It's just struggling.
Okay.
But that's
it. That's my turn.
okay. It's now the mayor's turn. She looks at the destroyed zombie in the Rolex hand and just goes, ugh. Okay. What is the range? There's no way. Yeah, it's over 100. She will look at the zombie that's stuck in the pitch, and she will consider for a moment throwing a firebolt. And then she says, "We want to preserve that pitch, don't we? I'll just wait." And she will move here, and she will hold firebolt until the zombie's no. It's now Orem's turn. He will, as he turns and sees, he was like winding up his hammer to slam the zombie hanging from the sloth's hand, and he just, oh shit. And then he runs down, running the rest of the way to the zombie that's still stuck in the pitch. It's now Sam's turn. He will move to about. That's as far as he can get, and he will take a shot at disadvantage on the zombie pitch. Natural 1. His gun might jam. Let's find out. It does not. He just missed. He tries again. Another disadvantage. That misses. And he just kind of frowns as he begins loading 2 more shots into his revolver. Slight, it's your turn.
So he's at disadvantage because he's so far away. Is that what is happening?
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Okay.
The revolver's
So
range does not seem to be able to reach.
I gotcha. I don't know how much the range is on my crossbow.
It's like 120 something.
I feel like it's pretty far. I'm sorry. I'm having some trouble figuring out. Oh, there's the ruler. I'm gonna move up. I'm still having a hard time moving my token, but I'm gonna move up.
So if you click on the actor selector area and you click on the ruler, you can choose. You can click on your character and then drag like a distance. And then if you hit spacebar, your character will move to the location that you measured to.
Okay, so we're gonna go 30 feet. Oh, there we go. Hooray! That's how you do that. Oh wait, no, it's not doing it. Go do 30 feet there. Range of my crossbow is I think my crossbow can shoot that far. Crossbow like 80 feet to 280. The range is 80 feet to 320 feet. So
you can hit it. It's at 70 feet from. So it's within range for your short range. Got.
I can totally do that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hit it twice, or try to.
You hit it once.
I hit it once. I'm gonna hit it once. And then I'm going to roll damage on it. Saving my cool stuff for.
Okay, you deal 4 points of damage to this. As it's stuck, it's like 3 limbs are pinned to the pitch, and this bolt just into the shoulder. You hear, and it's waving with its other hand, trying to claw at an enemy that's vastly out of reach.
Amazing. I'm gonna and then I'm done.
Okay, you taunt the zombie. Its feelings look hurt.
Good. As they should.
It's going to try and pull itself loose on its turn. I cannot make this shit up. That's a 5. It's still stuck in the pitch. All right. That's its turn. Zylok, we're back to you.
I guess I'm going to close another 20 feet closer, and I want to throw the decapitated body at the one in the pitch.
Okay. That ranges this. Go ahead and roll. I will have you roll a attack at disadvantage.
Could you roll?
I will roll it for you, yeah.
Thank you.
You rolled a 14, which just misses. So you hurl the body of this zombie, and it just slams into the ground with a really sickening splat. It's real gross. There's just black ichor spread out on the ground. That's your turn.
Yep. That's all right.
All right.
Keep lumbering that way.
Yep, you keep
for any more.
lumbering. You got a long way to go. Vivi, you're up.
Okay. Okay. So because of sorry,
Take your time.
brain, what are so attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage. So I'm gonna just take the shot, I think.
Yeah, you're a
As someone in the
sharpshooter,
fight.
so you can.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take a shot.
Okay. It is not a
I
sneak
was looking
attack.
at it. I was looking at that. No, it's not a sneak attack because
Yeah, sharpshooter just means you don't have disadvantage. So go ahead and roll your attack.
okay.
You can impose the -5 +10 if you want.
No, I think I'm just gonna shoot normal. I don't want to overegg the sharpshooter pudding.
Right?
I don't know what that meant.
It's okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
I'm working on it. I just
25 certainly hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Bam. Oh, good. Vivi is shooting very well today.
You're doing a great job.
11 points of damage. The zombie is looking like shit. Did not like that.
Put him out of his misery.
He's almost there. He's
Yeah.
he's definitely miserable enough.
Okay. Yep, that's my turn. I'm not doing anything else.
Okay. It's now the mayor's turn. Her firebolt snuffs out as she didn't use it, and she just kind of frowns and says, "Surely he'll get out of it soon enough." And then she begins preparing another one. It's now Orem's turn. As maybe he'll reach him. Nope.
Oh.
I need to click on the right tool.
The whole battle
Yeah.
and running to
He
get something.
runs up, and he puts the hammer away, and he hurls a javelin at 10 feet. Just, ugh! And he misses. The javelin,
Stuck in the pitch.
and he's just, all right. And that's all he says. That's his turn. Samuel's turn. Samuel will raise his revolver, and he will take 2 more attacks at disadvantage. First attack hits. Okay. He kills it. Samuel raises the revolver, and with a very careful shot, just... And as Orem's javelin flies over the head of the zombie, a revolver shot just splats the zombie's head. And Orem turns back and says, "You couldn't let me have one!" That's the end of combat.
Move quicker next time.
Got little legs. What do you want from me?
The sloth just turns and looks at him slowly, like, and raises his hands like, "You're not the only slow one."
Right. Sorry, didn't mean any offense. As you guys have slain the zombies that were attracted by the sounds of gunfire, resume your fortifications, but it is now pressing into the evening.
Well, I guess I'll take advantage of my form, and I could start moving some trees to make barricades if y'all like.
Oh, that's great. Love that.
How long are you going to be a sloth for?
It lasts
5
for
hours?
3 hours. 3, I think,
Yeah, it's
right now. Yes, half your level.
Hmm.
Yeah, 3 hours at the moment.
Alrighty. Yeah, you can totally just chuck some fucking trees around.
Are there any at the general stores? Can I find a spyglass or a telescope of some kind?
Ooh, that's smart.
You're looking in the locked case for things. Go ahead and roll me an investigation. Also, where are you? Which paths are you fortifying, Psylocke? Is your internet still down?
Yeah, it's still down. I'm on my phone's internet to get the Discord, but it won't support the,
Okay. I can maybe
game. I tried. It wouldn't load it.
I can maybe.
I can see the map, but I can't interact with it. Yes,
Oh, you can see the map. Okay, if you just.
Yeah, I just can't do anything on it.
Okay, then why don't you give me like a cardinal direction, like the northeastern path, the northwestern, southwestern, which, give me like a vague direction. Tell me where you're trying to fortify.
Pretty much between the buildings on the left side. You know how the zombies came between the buildings and around the pit.
Yeah.
Trying to put trees to connect between the buildings. That way, it just kind of creates a barrier.
In fact, I have tree that I can just plop here. Go.
And then try to do that on the east side of town as well. Trying to make a barricade between the top two houses and then the long house on the far east and the smaller one, just kind of barricading that off so they'd have to come from the beach.
As you are lumbering around and trying to find supplies, you find stacks of trimmed logs ready for milling that you can just pick up 2 of them, one in each giant claw. You lumber your way and just start building barricades out of those.
Awesome.
Hooray for
it's a very slow process.
Yeah, this takes some time. This is what you're going to be doing most of your free time.
Do we have one extra barrel of pitch that we didn't put in the?
You poured a bunch of it here.
Because I think we had 2 barrels and there was a lot of pitch. If we have any extra, I was wondering if we could put it kind of like slather some of it on the like dock area, because I imagine that if the ships want to come in, they're going to need to dock
actually
somewhere.
make it that far. Yeah.
Yeah, if they make it that far, if
Please
we put pitch all over.
Be very specific about where you're putting it, because you have half a barrel.
Okay, good question. What do you think? Where would be the most likely place?
Well, we've got our like water fire break, which we were putting in front of this one. So maybe we could slather up this one.
Yeah, the in between. Yeah. I
this
agree.
area.
Yeah, that area, and then maybe like if there's any left over, the plank that it's connected to. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Here. That's a lot of dock to cover, though. I'll say you can probably cover this much of this spot, like that.
Okay.
And then
is it worth getting another barrel of pitch from our from the
if you get one of your other barrels, you could coat like the whole dock.
What do we think, guys? Do we want to try to do that?
Sure.
Or do we want to have it be fire flammable?
I don't have. I think that the pitch was surprisingly effective during the zombie fight. So
it's a DC 12 athletics to get out of it. I just couldn't roll it. So
right, but in character, what Vivi saw was that was surprisingly effective.
Fair.
And so an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
That is also what Slight would be thinking.
So
that really works.
Yeah. So
okay,
I think pitch on the dock.
Okay, so you grab one of the barrels out of your floating break.
Yeah.
Coat the dock.
It would also make it easier to set things on fire if they're
if we need to.
If we can like set the fire. And actually that makes me think, would there be any sort of like way to make some, I mean, I have a crossbow, I don't have like a regular bow, but like you have a regular bow, Vivi. Could you maybe set an arrow on fire? Is that like a thing? Could we prepare like some arrows that are like dipped in oil that you could set on fire? So you could theoretically set some pitch
I
or
think
the
that
boats on fire.
traditional flaming arrows are actually dipped in pitch.
Oh.
They are. Yeah.
So
All
we
right,
could just like
save some of that pitch and
just
put
save
the arrows.
enough to dip an arrow. Also, the wizard can cast firebolt, which
Oh, that's right. The wizard can cast firebolt.
although if
speaking
she's going to be inside the Brahma, it might be better to do it with one of my arrows,
Yeah, maybe a couple of arrows just in case.
just in cases.
I'm into it.
I got a 15, by the way, on the investigation roll to see if there was a spyglass or anything that
You
could
do
be-
find it's like a locked case behind where the counter is, and you see there's all sorts of contraptions. It looks like
Well,
there's
I'm-
like a sextant, there's a
I'm
compass.
definitely gonna pick
there's-
that
Oh, okay.
lock on
Yeah.
the case and try to get the spyglass out of there.
Roll me a thieves tools.
Will do, because I think that long distance vision is going to be very useful to us.
Seems like that'll be clutch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe leave me a couple sharpened trees for Jeff.
Oh, you're making some spikes?
Connection.
Yep, you disconnected there for a second. With that 20 on your thieves tools, Vivi, you get into the high value case. You see there's all sorts of little like gold rings that look like they're simple hands. Pretty common to
Sure.
But you do also find some brass mechanitry. There is a spyglass. There's a couple, actually. There's one that seems like it's a really big one that looks like it requires like a mount. And then there's also one that looks like it would be the sort of thing that a navigator would use. There's a couple sextants, there's compasses, there's a bunch of these protractor things that look like they're cartographers' tools.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take the handheld one.
Okay.
And looking at the big one, it's supposed to be mounted on something. How complex does this look? Could I like mount it on the roof, or would it be something that would require more technical savvy than I have?
No, it's pretty simple. It looks like it's just a couple of screws that fit into the thing. It doesn't look hard.
But I'm going to take it and I'm going to mount it on the roof.
Which building?
The tavern.
Okay.
You go over to the tavern with it, mount it on the roof, so I'll have a little crow's nest atop of the tavern.
Perfect for you.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna make that joke, and then it was already out of my mouth.
It's there. How would you
it's-
not? It's the best joke.
It's totally good. All right. Conveniently, I happen to have an asset for that, so
Amazing.
like I planned for this.
You've anticipated me.
Any chance I could take two of the trees that are ready to be cut and kind of sharpen them into sloth javelins?
Yeah, sure. You can do that. I don't care. You
We're
have
using
you have
creatures.
2 huge category javelins.
Amazing.
And
Would
you
it be possible? I don't know how much time we have. Would it be possible for Slight to just rest for an hour and get her bardic inspiration back?
yeah, you guys can take a short rest if you'd like to. I'm going to say if that's what you're doing while the sloth is carving 2 enormous javelins, that's totally acceptable. And also while you see Vivi has lugged this giant spyglass up onto the roof with like a rope system and then is installing it.
Just carefully, like, pulling it up onto the roof using her rope and python, and just like
You get it up there.
complicated lever, and then get it up there, screw it in place, get the whole thing set up. So you could. So while Bright is taking a short rest, and Zylok is making javelins out of trees.
Yeah. Zylok, why don't you... I'm going to roll for you a basically a survival check.
Yeah.
And you're proficient in it.
Okay.
A natural 20 on that. I reveal. You make 3
Awesome.
perfect, massive fucking javelins. You basically take like a tree log, and you take one of the enormous quartering blades that's in the lumber mill, and you just force it down, and you make what look like just these very wicked looking javelins that you're pretty sure you could throw a good distance. They are basically a javelin that do an additional 2d4 because they're 2 categories larger than a javelin.
Awesome.
There you are.
Just throwing trees. I may not be fast, but I've got reach.
Yeah.
I would also like to say for flavor that while Slay is taking her short rest, that like she's probably the person that was helping to spread the pitch all over the dock, and because she's a cat, it probably was very sticky, and she's covered in fur, so she's gonna just spend her short rest like doing the cat cleaning thing. Of
Oh,
just,
it tastes gross.
I'm sure it does.
It's awful.
She doesn't like it.
It's pitch. Yeah.
But she doesn't. But she likes having. She likes having it on her fur even less.
Okay. That's totally reasonable. While you are doing that and the NPCs are studying and trying to figure out how to drive the Brahma, you see it just like lumbering up and down the sand as they're figuring it out. I'd like a perception check from Vivi at advantage +10 because you're using this giant fucking
10.
spyglass.
Excellent. Okay.
What a good idea.
Does anybody else, like, since I have the big one, does anyone else want the little one?
Slide will take the little one.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
give it to you.
The spyglass grants you advantage on perception checks. Yeah, 32.
Oh man.
Vivi, this enormous... It's a telescope. Be real.
Yeah.
You look out over the water, and even though the fog is very dense, with a 32, you can see every intricate detail. You can see the waves cresting and crashing out for miles. And there are moments where the fog and the wind is clear, and it's like it's obviously denser and thinner as it's passing through, as the atmosphere is moving around. You're looking out, and you spend like a good 10 minutes just scanning the horizon. And with a 32, you see something. With a 32, directly opposite the shore of Port Rolough, you can see the silhouette of a boat, a large one, 2 sails. And as you're watching it, you realize that it actually has 3. They are white and gray.
White and gray.
Is that the
Do I
boat
know
of
what
our-
that means?
Is that the pirate guy?
That reminds you of what you heard from the earlier
Okay,
scouts.
right. Okay. I'm a scout. I was listening when the scouts were talking. Okay, so Vivi will I forgot my name. Fuck me. Vivi will call out to the others, but she'll just do her mimicry and just repeat what the scout said before about the sails. And then point.
So gray and white sails mean Captain Tulith over and over.
Yeah, basically, gray and white sails mean Captain Tulith. Pointing.
Uh-oh. I think we got incoming.
Start lumbering down there with my 3 javelins.
Okay, yeah, you have your 3 javelins ready to rock and roll. When you say that, the NPCs in the Brahma, they like look up and they say, "Right, well, we've kind of figured this thing out, so where do you want us?"
On the beach, right?
Yeah, that was what we had been saying before.
Is that a shack on the far right of the docks down there?
It is
Just
a
on the edge of the beach?
watchtower.
Oh.
It is getting
Yeah,
darker.
They could use it for concealment and park behind it. That way they don't know that the Brahma's here until it pops out.
The mayor,
Ooh, I
looking
like
out the hatch, says, "You're the boss." And then the Brahma, which will firstly figure
How
out
dark is that? can everyone see unless they have dark vision?
It's nighttime. It's like pushing on past 10 p.m. at this point. There is illumination throughout the town. The Mermaid Inn casts some light from land side. It's not pitch dark, but the overcast sky and the moon hidden behind it make, like there's some lighting. I'm not gonna say you're blind, but it is dark. Brahma makes its way over to the watchtower.
Do I know? Sorry, go ahead.
And it's got lights that illuminate around it, and it shifts itself so that it is shining light toward.
Um,
What were you gonna ask?
Do I know anything about this captain, or like what they stand for, or
Roll
what
history.
they like from us?
Roll me a history check. An 18. You've heard stories of Captain Tulith. Captain Tulith is known to be a menacing man. He takes on crew from the Floating Irons, is basically a pirate city. But anyone that signs on with him basically become brainwashed. It's a bit like a cult leader mentality. Definitely a creepy individual. That's what you know.
Okay. That's what I know.
So, as the boat has been declared, it's heading in your direction. Slide, I'd like to know where you are.
Where am I?
Because I know Vivi is up on the roof of the Mermaid Inn with her massive telescope.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
and I've got my Wi-Fi back for the time being. Hopefully it stays up this time.
Knock on wood.
Yep, hopefully.
I'm trying to move.
I did have a little. I had some fun trying to roll Alex Sloth. That was.
I feel like Slight would be kind of closer to the beach. I'm having once again having trouble moving my token. I am really sorry.
It's okay. If it's really giving you a hard time, if you click on your character, so like the orange box is around it, you can then use the WASD key.
I'm trying. Hang on, I opened my character sheet. It might be that there's a delay, but I'm having I'm trying to do that. The orange box is around it, but it's not letting me move it.
Clicking and dragging doesn't pick it up?
Clicking and dragging isn't picking it up either.
Okay. That is annoying. Sorry it's doing that. Move you here.
So I was thinking that Slight will probably be on the watchtower.
Okay.
If we can put her on the watchtower. I once again have that sneaky major image spell, and I was thinking maybe I was trying to figure out if there's something that I can make as like a distraction. But I think we just need to wait and see like where this thing is coming from, and then I'll try to figure something out like that on the fly if you want.
Why don't you roll me perception at advantage because you're using the spyglass?
Okay.
Uh, 25, natural 20.
25. My rolls are coming forward.
So, despite the mist and the fog making it difficult to see out into the night, you can tell the silhouettes cast by the moonlight. You can see that the boat is approaching quickly. It looks like it is heading toward the docks, as it's not easy to see. You have laden the docks with pitch. The boat appears to be making good time as it's rising and cresting over the waves. And Vivi, you see this as well. Zalak, you don't really see because you're behind the Mermaid Inn, but you're basically waiting for like a call out from your ally.
Let them know there's a sloth up here. They might not want to come.
Okay, so everyone is pretty hidden, right?
Yeah, everyone is relatively hidden. If you're actually trying to hide, I'd like stealth checks.
Yes.
I don't know how
I would
stealthy
like
I can
to.
be while behind this giant telescope on the roof, but I guess I could roll it anyway.
I would like it anyway, because it is hard to see. Lighting is not great.
And I am pretty good at hiding, so
So like Sloth got a 6.
So, Zylok, if
Sorry.
you were not literally behind a building, you're pretty sure you'd be seen right now.
but you do have cover.
You do have cover. Vivi with an 18 and Slight with a 23. The crew in the Brahma, they hood the lights. So it is much harder to see the Brahma.
Nice.
So it seems like these dudes they're coming toward the pitch heavy dock.
They're heading
Right
straight to the
past
dock because that is the best place to dock a ship.
And they're probably go. It does seem like they're going to go right past our trap of the pitch trap. Not just the pitch on the docks, but the pitch on the boats.
Roll on insight check. A 15. Their heading looks like it is going that direction. It looks like they haven't seen them.
Okay.
Nice.
So are we gonna wait for them to get there and then I'll shoot the pitch arrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the best opening play. I was thinking of casting. We'll see if it works this way. We'll see if the first traps work this way. But I was thinking of casting a major image of myself, like patrolling the beach and maybe looking less stealthy than I could, because that way, if they went after it, we could then attack from the sides.
Yeah, let them crash into the boats with the pitch, so it splashes all over it, and then I'll light the whole boat on fire now that the pitch is stuck to the boat.
Love it. Okay, well, we can see what we can do from a distance, and then I'll see if that is a trap that works later.
Yeah, I'll wait for you guys to fire the arrow when I make my move.
One moment here. I'm rolling.
I love the music.
As the ship crests the waves and it makes its way up toward the dock, you can see that it is coming for a parallel docking with the longest main dock strut, where you have the boats kind of floating. You do see that the ship sees them, but it does not. It is moving too quickly to dodge all of them, to hit one of them. As it does, I would like... Which one of you loaded the barrels into...
I think we were all doing it, but
Together.
Okay, in that case, I'd like one of you to roll me a survival check for this trap. You can have advantage from everybody else's help.
I'm proficient. If I could just get...
have proficiency. I could do +3, but if you're
I'm +7.
Yeah, you
I've
do
got-
it.
What are you, Druid?
Go for it. I'm +7 as well, so either one of us.
Oh, okay.
I just need one of you to
rolled a
roll
lot.
it
Do you
with
wanna do
advantage.
Let's both roll one. Or roll, instead of advantage, just each of us roll.
I need an advantage from one of you. I need one of you to roll.
Oh. Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
$21.
Ooh, 20.
Amazing.
That is the DC for this trap.
Yes.
They rolled a 6.
Awesome.
As the ship crests a high wave, it completely shielded the deck of the ship from viewing this little canoe with 2 barrels of pitch. And as the boat drops on from the wave and it gets down into the trough, the barrels just they crush, and all of the pitch splashes up along the sides of the ship. This thick black substance just washes over the edges of it, and the natural water resistance of it almost makes it spread even farther along as the water of the sea pushes along it, and the ship makes its way fast but you can hear shouting aboard the deck as something alarming.
And I'm gonna take the shot with the flaming arrow.
Roll me a
light it up.
dexterity check first,
Sure.
just to compare how fast you do this compared to the captain.
Okay, straight dex.
Great dex. I rolled a 4.
Okay. Well, we'll see how Vivi rolls because you never know what dice will do.
Yeah, you go first. So as the ship is getting and approaching the dock, you fire. Go ahead and roll me an attack. You are a sharpshooter, so this is not a disadvantage. 15. You hit. Are you aiming for the side of the boat or the dock?
I was aiming for the side of the boat that just got splattered in pitch.
Right.
And you were using a flaming arrow, right?
Yeah, we lit up the arrow and then fired.
Okay. The boat is now on fire. One moment, please.
That's my sign to attack.
Oh, that... Well, the boat's now tiny, because adding that effect made it small. Well, that's weird, but it happened. I fucking... Hang on. Why did that happen?
I don't know. Oh,
It's pretty-
technology. What would we do without you?
There. Okay. The boat is now engulfed in flame. The front half, the prow, and the front sail are immediately just as the pitch has just taken the flame brightly. And as the ship slams up into the dock, the burning ship ignites the dock. Because that's
I knew it would be useful.
That's what happened. So much fire.
That's what happens when you do that. Hold on a minute. Just the whole dock is engulfed in flame. Pitch spreads and lights. Yeah, okay. The crew aboard the ship immediately they rear it. They force the ship into a sharp turn, and they get it to back up just enough from the docks. And you can see that there is these two individuals on the prow of the ship that they are focusing on magic, and the fire that is on their actual ship is being extinguished. But the ship
Can
now...
I throw one of my...
In a minute.
I was going to ask if I could throw... Okay.
One second. As the ship is now not moving, as its front sail is destroyed, and the ship itself cannot make any progress at all, it is stuck in the harbor. And it is at this moment that we are going to go initiative. You can throw your javelin first. So go ahead and make a ranged attack based on strength. Hold on, let me actually get you guys into combat.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
That was a terrible initiative.
Mine too.
Oh no!
This is the second
like-
time tonight that I've rolled 1 on initiative.
I like to think that Vivi is just like biding her time. Like she's just
Yeah,
like waiting
she's
to see
watching the battle and figuring out. I don't know. She got distracted by a bug. This is gonna be a bit for my turn. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Be right back.
Okay. Oh, thank you. As you throw your javelin, this massive tree, are you throwing it at the boat or at the crew on the boat?
The two I see on deck, they was trying to put out the flames.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack. This is going to be a ranged attack at disadvantage because you are far away. But it's going to be a strength-based one. So it's basically going to be a d20 plus... what?
I'll roll 2d20 and then we can...
It's plus
Well, that
7.
looks promising. So 24.
Well, you gotta... It's a disadvantage, so it's a 5 plus 7. So that's a 12 to hit. This massive log goes flying out, and it breaks through the smoke that's now billowing off the dock, and slams onto the deck of the ship, and with this horrible lumbering, slides down the length of the ship, and then into the water behind. You just missed the individual who was extinguishing flames, and as we get to the top of the initiative order, 2 members leap off the deck of the ship and into the water. And then we get to Slight's turn.
Light already?
Yes.
We rolled so poorly for initiative. That's interesting.
You're at 22. My order.
Oh no, that was my last initiative. This initiative was 9.
Oh, okay. Let me fix that.
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. Then more individuals jump into the water. And there is the sound of cannon fire. You have revealed yourself to make your attack. You are getting shot at, Thylock. Sloth form. Does a 12 hit your sloth form?
No, AC 13.
Okay.
It just did miss.
A cannonball skids off the cobblestone next to you and bounces off into town. Zylock, it's your turn.
Alright, well, let's try to throw a javelin at the cannons. Disable those if possible. Don't need that to shoot at me no more.
Okay, go
That's
ahead and
great.
roll an attack. Again, at disadvantage because it is far away and it's a tree. That is a 19 to hit. Go ahead and roll again. And a 12 to hit. 12 does not hit. The javelin, the enormous log, into the water line just before.
I'll just I'll hang out here. I'll be the attention.
Okay.
I'll draw their fire.
Next. You have drawn their fire. They will shoot at you one more time. That is a 19 to hit. That will certainly.
Oh yeah.
Now, be aware, this is cannon, so this is gonna hurt.
Probably. But better me than my friends.
That's 20 points of piercing damage. And I need a
Ow.
Constitution saving throw.
How's your sloth form doing?
Doing alright, I believe.
It's at about half health. Yeah, you do not suffer permanent injury from a cannonball.
Mm.
Yeah, it's cannon. Slight, it's your turn.
I'm gonna do that thing I said, and I'm gonna cast Major Image, but instead of me, I'm gonna have it be Xylar's Xylock's sloth form, like as if he's coming out to sort of like square up with these things.
Okay, you
and-
this illusory form of the
Yeah,
rock
so
sloth.
I want to have it like basically draw it away from him, basically like on the beach, just like on the beach, kind of like in the range of where, basically trying to get something to a place where it could be in range of our cannons.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
But draw. Cool.
Your cannon has a range of well over 200 feet, so
Yes. So that's that. Yeah, that right there is just fine. Anything that'll draw attention to that dude.
okay.
Instead
Roll
of
me
two-
stealth. You might have revealed yourself casting this.
Sure. There's 3
8.
delay on my. Oh no.
Okay, noted. Any movement or bonus action on your turn? You
You
are 40 foot up in a watchtower.
I am 40 foot up in a watchtower. I'm gonna go down from the watchtower. I'm gonna use my Tabaxi dash to kind of like get down from the watchtower
Okay.
and huddle on the roof, maybe like behind the tower itself.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can take cover.
Cool.
Vivi, it's your turn. I think you're
I was
muted.
on mute. Yeah. Okay. Can I take a shot at one of the mages on the ship?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try to do that. It's far and there's flames in between, but that's kind of what sharpshooter's for.
This is what
So-
your feat is for.
Yeah. So just taking a very careful shot from on top of the roof.
They did not see you. You have sneak.
Hooray. Short a bow.
12
Well.
still does not hit.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna move a little bit along the roof. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide again
Roll stealth.
because I broke stealth to
Yes.
fail to
Roll
shoot.
stealth as you
Yeah.
itch of the room. Right?
Yep.
16. It's kind of a precarious to hide on the
Yep.
roof, but
Yep. Just kind
You-
of flattened. Yeah.
you're doing what you can. All right.
Yep.
Zylok, it's your up.
I think it put me in the order twice. Yeah, it put me in the order twice. I don't know why.
Oh,
Never
it's
seen
because this. Oh, I know why. It's because this token is technically controlled by you. Let me
Yeah.
fix that real quick. In that case, you already went, so we move on. Now the Brahma's turn. Okay, the NPCs are working together. The NPCs will have the Brahma surge forward. To here. That's its drive. Turn and lower its cannon to fire. It will fire the cannon at one of the mages that's controlling bullshit. That's a 22 to hit.
Love that for us.
The Brahma's cannon deals 38 points of piercing damage to the mage.
Oh,
Cannon. Mage. Not have that many hit points. Just a mage. It is immediately killed. Okay. All right. That was the first round for the Brahma. The next crew action was electrical defenses, but range. Hits and hold is a defense. Well, something does come in range. That is it for the Brahma's turn. It's now the bad guy's turn. They will surge forward and up onto the shore. I cannot choose multiple targets because reason. They emerge on the shore, revealing themselves. Man, they all just go before you guys. That's unfortunate. The captain also. He says something. Close enough. I think you would hear this as Zylok. You kind of hear a muttered order, and then you say, you hear, round the main town, right hand side. Move it. And then this individual is going to... Oh. He fires at the sloth illusion.
That is what the illusion is for.
He fires a crossbow at the sloth illusion. They all watch this arrow just sail through it. But you have bought a turn, that major. As they all go. Like, Zylok, it's your turn.
But this one's not, so I'm going to poke around with the last tree javelin and throw it at the captain.
Okay, roll an attack. That's a 19 to hit. That certainly hits Captain Tulith. I need to roll a strength saving throw. Fucking 16. What's your save DC? 15?
Think so. For
Okay.
spells,
Go ahead
Yep.
and roll javelin damage plus 2d4. So it's, I believe, a d6 plus your strength. Which I think the sloth strength is plus 5. Okay, so a d6 plus 5 plus 2d4. Roll that for me.
I'll roll that and then add 5 to this. So 8 plus 5, 13. Not that
13
much.
points of damage. This massive javelin just slams off of Captain Tulith's shoulder and into the water behind him. And he just, as he's spun about on his feet, almost knocked off them, he whips around and looks up into the town. And he says, "What the hell was that?" And he's pointing at his crew up to the town. Because
I just hang my claws off the side of the building.
okay. A giant sloth. Confusion. Then this mage is dead. Slight. It's your
Okay.
turn.
We're just gonna burn through all the 3rd level spells, I think. Major Image bought us a turn, and they've kind of figured out that it's... Do I know that they figured out it's not real?
Roll perception, because you're behind the watchtower. Yeah, you're aware. They seem to have... They shot at it, they realized it was fake, and they're disregarding it now.
All right. I'm gonna... If I can stay behind, like, kind of half in cover, I don't know if this is allowed, but Hypnotic Pattern will give me 120. I'm gonna try to throw a Hypnotic Pattern right here to target all of them.
Okay, Hypnotic Pattern is a... How big is...
120 feet. Oh, let's see. Let me look at the range. I think it's 30 feet. Let's see. A Twisting Pattern of Colors, 30-foot cube within range.
Okay. Yeah, that's certainly big enough to get everyone on the beach. That's a wisdom save.
That is a wisdom save. My DC is 15.
Okay, let's see how Captain Tulith does. He rolled a 17.
Aw.
This raider rolled a natural 1. Mage rolled a natural 3. Raider rolled a natural 2. Dude. Raider rolled a natural 19. Okay, he succeeds. And then that raider rolled a 16 total. So, 3 succeeds, 3 fails.
3 failures. 3 is great. That's great. I'm just going to hold that Hypnotic Pattern. Stay right where I am.
Okay. They are incapacitated until they take damage.
Until they can make the saving throw again if they take damage. A failed save, creature becomes charmed, their speed is 0. Spell ends if the affected creature takes any damage, or if someone uses an action to shake them out of the stupor.
Okay. There
So
they
a
are.
couple of them, yeah, a couple of them are charmed. Don't touch them yet. And that's all I'm gonna do for right now. Oh no, actually no, I'm gonna throw. Well, a Bardic Inspiration will probably draw attention to me. I'm gonna. That's all I'm gonna do for right now.
Okay. By casting Hypnotic Pattern, you have revealed yourself.
That is true. Okay, well in that case, can I give? It's somebody that I can see. I don't know if I can see anyone.
What's
Can I give?
what's the range in Bardic Inspiration?
What is the range on Bardic Inspiration? Good question.
60 feet, I think. Hear or see.
Yeah, someone that they can see you or hear you. So I don't think there's like a particular.
Okay. I will say you're tucked behind the watchtower. You might be able to give one to Zylock, but Vivi is out of sight.
Vivi's out of sight. I'll throw Bardic Inspiration to Zylock.
Zylock, roll me a perception. It is raining. It's dark. There's a lot of noise from the fire. 7. The Bardic Inspiration does not take hold. You don't waste the Bardic.
Oh, cool. Nice. She's going to just hum to herself then. And that's all.
All right, Vivi, you are up.
Keep forgetting that I'm muted. Okay. Is there anybody still on the ship that I can see?
Yes.
Is that second mage still on the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. There's someone on cannons.
All right. I'm gonna take a shot at the person on the cannons.
Roll an attack. I would say at disadvantage, but you're a sharpshooter, so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing that for a while until I get bored and do something else. That's my plan. Just to pick him off of the ship until something else attracts my attention, like a bird.
Cannon fire is a great idea. No cannon fire is great.
23. Yeah, that hits.
Amazing.
And I'm hidden, so I get sneak attack?
Let me find. No.
Oh, they knew I was there.
They knew you were there.
Okay.
10 points of piercing damage. Okay. You hit someone on that boat. You hit him right in the shoulder, and you hear swearing.
All right, I'm going to move again to the other side of my thing and then try to hide again.
Okay. At this point, they have seen you on the roof. You might need to find a better location.
But I like being on the roof.
I know. But if you want to stealth, you're going to have to find another place.
Fine. Okay, in that case, I'll use the rest of my movement to get down.
Okay. It's a 20-foot drop.
Can I acrobatics?
You can. Roll it.
Okay. I'll still take bludgeoning damage, but it'll look cool. No, maybe.
25. You
Amazing.
will take some damage.
Okay.
Jumping, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow. Okay.
I rolled pretty well.
But it looks really cool.
But you do look cool as you do it. You do a tumble. You do a parkour roll.
Totally matters. That was the rest of my movement. Can I try to flatten myself up against the wall here and hide down here?
Nah.
No,
like,
okay. Then I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
I can't get all the way to another place with cover. So instead,
you could go prone.
I could.
Scary. That's terrifying.
It's not really, because there's nothing remotely close to melee with me.
That's true.
So I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll go just like across the street here, and then elbow crawl, and just be flat on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, you go prone. All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. The ship is going to fire. Slight, you've revealed yourself.
This is terrifying.
You're gonna get shot at.
Yep, that makes sense.
That is a 17 to hit you.
That does not hit me.
Okay. So,
ACC.
as you are like huddled up next to this watchtower, suddenly the wood of the watchtower next to you just as a cannonball goes flying through it. You're pretty sure they know where you are.
Yeah.
And then the ship is going to... Doesn't move very fast as its movement has been halved by the damage it's taken. It does go here. And then second shot, Brahma. Okay, so as the ship moves about and its other cannon gets in line, you hear another and the Brahma, which is facing the ship, you all hear this as a cannonball bounces off the front armor of the Brahma and zings off into the... Next, it's the Brahma's turn. The Brahma will move forward. Will it? I don't know if they're that confident. I'll roll. See if they have the balls. Natural 20.
Sure do.
Okay. The Brahma moves 20 feet closer. On 20 feet closer. And then Sam presses the button. And electricity surges out and zaps this raider. Next save for me. He fails. He's incapacitated. Take a bunch of damage. He takes 25 points of lightning damage.
Holy crap.
And he has to make the save again because he's taking damage. This time he succeeds. He's no longer incapacitated. But
No.
that's... The Brahma will then fire its cannon at the ship. Again. And it misses. You're back around to the top. This guy is incapacitated. Next. This guy's no longer incapacitated. This guy will look at the huge hulking form of the illusory sloth that has been described to him as not real. It sees Vivi prone. And then it sees you, Slight, behind the watchtower. And it's going to shoot at you, Slight, because you are the one that shoot at. So he fires a pistol at you, Slight, for a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
You take 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then he is going to retreat under the dock.
16 for hypnotic pattern.
That is successful.
Cool.
Next, it is the captain's turn. The captain fades from view.
Oh no!
Anyone? Okay, so all of you can hear. He says from somewhere toward the beach. He says, "All of you will make fine additions to my crew." And then this mage, not fucking bamboozled by the incapacitating pattern, is going to cast a spell at you, Vivi. Yes. He steps up to here. And does a dirty 20 hit you? You are prone. Hang on. I need advantage. Okay, a dirty 20 hits you.
Yes.
A band of lightning connects you to her as you are suddenly hit by a witch bolt.
Oh no!
And you take 10 points of lightning damage.
Don't like that.
This guy is incapacitated. Next, Xylock, it's your turn. You see your friend, the Kenku, is prone on the ground, and a bolt of lightning suddenly just connects to her from somewhere out of your view.
Well, we're gonna drop the sloth form.
Oh,
Turn back to me.
okay.
Yep.
You are back to being Xylock.
Yep. And we're gonna poke our heads around the corner a bit. And then we're gonna cast Conjure Animals. And we're gonna summon us a pack of wolves that are nice and hungry.
How many wolves?
8.
And will you ping where they are?
Let's see. Measure it out. Can I put them 60 feet? See, just in a line along the dock will work. It's 60 feet from me, so.
There's 8 of them?
Yep, there's 8 of them. So yes, little cluster here. And then we're gonna have them move their. I think they got 40 foot of movement. Oh yeah, so yeah, they can easily run in here and start fighting these guys.
Okay. Yeah, the pack of wolves suddenly emerges. And are they all targeting different people?
No, let's have them surround the mage first, and I'll go in for him.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well, pack tech.
And,
Yeah.
Brief.
yeah, they get packed that, so all the attacks are at advantage.
Okay. Do they attack on your turn?
Let me pull the spell.
They do, I think. Conjure Animal take their
Yeah.
action when you summon them. Okay.
Yep.
That's 8 attacks at advantage. Hold on. 1 and hits. 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits. 5 doesn't hit. 6 does hit. 7 hits. And 8 hits. So 7 hits. Okay, I'm just going to do this and take the average. So 56 points of damage. The Sea Mage is rended by a horde of wolf attacks. It's brutal and it's brief.
And then
She's dead.
if they've got any movement left, I'll have them split up to the other 3 that they can see.
The far ones only,
Yeah.
this one and this one only have 5 feet. They're all going to end up about here. These 2 were here. And yeah, this is about as that one actually is going to. That's as far as they can move.
Yep. And still got bonus action. Let's see. What do we want to do? Oh, you know what? They've got the commands to eat those guys. Let's use our last wild shape and go into a cave bear. Why not?
Okay. Turn into a cave bear. One. Well, I have a brown bear. Does that do?
That'll work. And I'll move in front of Vivi to kind of shield her.
Okay. I'll make you the owner of the brown bear. And you move the brown bear here.
Yep.
Okay.
That'll be it for this round.
Slide, it's your turn.
Me on mute. I'm gonna have Slight. I am like very freaked out that this dude disappeared, and also the cannon fire was on me last time. I did not like that. I'm gonna take this. So we destroyed the mage. Where is it? Seems like, are all the people on the raiders on the beach? Are they still under my hypnotic pattern, or is one of them not?
One of them is not and is moving.
One of them is not, and he's moving. Okay, I'm gonna take 2 shots at that one, and then I'm gonna dash the hell out of there.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm gonna. 12, I suspect, does not hit, but 21 maybe does?
21 does.
Excellent. Alright, 9 points of damage to that
9
one.
points of damage. Okay. The crossbow bolt sinks into his chest just above his armor, and he whips around looking at you, and he he says something under his breath.
All right. Hopefully it'll let me move. I'm gonna run this way. I'm gonna Tabaxi dash so I can move 60 feet.
Okay.
And it's gonna let me move. And then I'm going to bonus action Misty Step because I am Fey touched. I'm gonna Misty Step, like disappear and kind of Misty Step into these buildings. Let me look at the range on that.
You have to see where you're going.
I have to see where I'm going. Okay. Oh, can I not see?
Like you can't if you're trying to Misty Step into a building. You can't do that.
Oh no, not into the building, but just like behind, like trying to get some cover. Because right
that's
now
fine. Yes, you can do it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna Misty Step kind of behind these buildings. Let me find Misty Step. Briefly standing. So I'm gonna move 30 feet to an unoccupied space, and I guess I'll have cover kind of. So I'm gonna disappear. And just kind of get some cover behind this building. Just the idea is so hopefully that invisible guy doesn't know necessarily where I went.
Okay, noted.
Hopefully. I mean, I know I can't also hide because I'm not a rogue, but that's her thinking. Anyway.
All right, you are in full cover.
Fabulous. All right, that's all.
Okay. Next. Oh, I see what happened. One moment, please. I have to fix. Broke.
You broke it.
Okay, let me this one. Yeah. Isn't there anymore? Wait. Second here. Okay. The ship is going to take its cannon attack on the Brahma. That appears to be. That hits. Brahma is going to take 26 points of piercing damage. You guys watch as the Brahma is slammed by a cannonball, and one of the power sources shorts out. You hear some muttered talking from inside the Brahma. None of you are close enough to hear what they say. Vivi, it's your turn.
Okay. First, I'm going to use half my movement to stand up.
Okay, you're up.
Then I'm going to use the other half of my movement. So there. And then I'm going to use a bonus action to dash. What is this over here?
Tree.
Okay, I'm going to go hide under the tree. Not literally hide, because, you know.
Yeah. Roll perception while you're there.
I will. Except that it's not letting me spacebar. Thank you. Roll perception. Okay.
Yeah, you see something. You happen to be right next. You see Captain Tulith is knelt by the tree, and he has pressed a symbol into the base of the tree. And as you run up to the tree, he turns and he looks at you and he says, "Oh, hello there."
Vivi says, "People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones," and then she stabs him.
Okay.
That wasn't what I was gonna do, but now that like I'm right here and he's here, I just
That's fair. Yeah. Roll an attack. He rolled really shit on stealth.
Yeah, that was funny. Just stab. I said stab. Thank you.
Natural 1.
Okay, that's a natural one. So she
Uh,
was very alarmed by suddenly coming across, and she like fumbles her knife, like.
Yes.
It looks really stupid.
Yeah, that's fair. It's now the Brahma's turn. The Brahma sees this pack of wolves tearing apart the raiders, and it will focus its attention once more on the ship. And this time it's going to aim for the cannon, the dude that's shooting at it. That attack is at disadvantage, so... Okay, so I rolled a natural 14 and a natural 20. So the 21 still hits. Jesus. And deals 37 points of piercing damage to the man using the cannon. There no longer is a threat of cannon fire from the boat, as the Brahma takes the head off the individual.
Awesome.
Next. Well, no, the Brahma still has some shit it's going to do. And I get ahead of myself. The Brahma will... I don't think they know that has encountered Captain. So the Brahma is going to surge forward. And Sam will push the button again. I need a dex save from this raider. That's another fail. The raider takes 17 points of lightning damage. Okay. Raider's still up, but barely. Alright. This raider is still incapacitated. Captain is going to reach out for you, Vivi. I need you to roll an athletics. It's a contested ground.
This is not something Vivi is good at.
I understand.
I'm just getting to my... Wah wah.
That is not going to cut it out.
No.
He
Got himself a bird.
grabs you, and he casts Dimension Door.
Oh no!
Bird noises.
Yeah.
The other side of it. Do I see this at all?
You're pressed up to the wall. Give me perception at disadvantage. I think
Okay.
you would have heard her squawk.
That makes sense. Sorry, I'm fighting off my cat while he
Fair.
tries very hard to interrupt this.
My cat earlier literally turned off my PC, so she put her little paw right on the button.
With a 14, do not see this.
Okay.
And as he casts Dimension Door, you find yourself on the deck of the ship.
Oh fuck.
And as
The ship still burning?
no, the
Yeah,
mage
the
is extinguished.
Put it out, okay.
The ship is damaged heavily,
But not actually on fire.
but it is not on fire. No. And as he's holding on to you, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
A 19. Okay. This man,
I was not expecting that.
Captain Tulith, looks you in the eye and he says, "You're on my side now, aren't you?" And you feel this really commanding, just domineering presence into your mind, and you push it off.
Does he know whether or not that worked?
You don't know.
Can I roll an insight on my... I guess I can do that on my turn. Okay.
You
carry
can
on.
roll. You can roll on your turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this man's turn. He's still incapacitated. Zylock, your turn.
Well, let's make our way down the beach a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see. Make sure I should have enough movement to get down here. 40, well, nope, not quite. 40 feet. Be just shy. Oh, I'll get a little ways down the docks, and then our wolf companions tear into the men at the shoreline there.
Yeah. They finish surrounding. And then, does the spread seem fine, or do you want it elsewhere?
Yeah. 3, 3, and 2 is fine. That works.
All right. Give me a moment. All their attacks. It's just a bunch of bites. They have pack tactics, so it's an advantage. I forgot. That's success. All right. This one's success. Okay. This first guy takes 3 attacks. Jesus Christ. So he takes... Oh, I need to make strength saves, because now... Didn't kill him immediately. Oh, he immediately falls prone. Okay. Alright. So that guy takes 24 points of damage instantly. This guy. Then this one's going to take some more bites. One moment, please. That hits. That's a crit. That's a hit. Okay. And then... Okay, so this guy takes 27 points of damage. 3 strength saves for him. Fail. Failed the DC 11 strength check. Okay. Then the last guy, the last one, is 2 attacks. Oh, get advantage. Okay, and all the wolves have hit.
Nice. I guess I could dash and get down and drop down the docks and get behind the guy fighting 2 wolves and just stand behind him, snarling.
He falls prone. So all 3 Tridonian raiders have fallen prone and look like they're on the verge of death, as these wolves are just massacring them. The one closest to your bear form is the least hurt of them, but he still is below half.
Okay. That'd be it for me. Just tag it out
Okay.
for now.
Slight, you're up.
Okay. Let me make sure I'm not muted. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Cool. Sorry. I've been muting and unmuting because of the cat. I'm going to run into kind of where this tree is. And then I'm going to try to take a shot at one of these raiders. And none of my hypnotic pattern is dropped now, right? Everybody's had damage.
Everyone is out of the hypnotic pattern, yeah.
Okay,
They've all taken damage, they've all succeeded on the saves, but they're all about to die anyway.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm trying to get my token out here, and it's telling me. Okay, there we go. Do I happen to see this symbol thing by the tree at all?
Yeah. You
Okay.
roll religion.
Ooh, interesting. Only 11.
You don't know what it means.
Okay, I'm gonna take 2 shots. First of all, 1 shot at whatever one is closest to death.
It is at disadvantage because they're prone.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay,
So that
does
probably
not
doesn't
hit.
hit. That doesn't hit. I'm gonna take another shot.
A 15 does hit.
Cool.
6 points of damage. You kill this raider.
Amazing. All right, I'm gonna bardically inspire because I hope that now my friend can hear me. My druid friend can hear me because we're right next to each other.
Oh yeah, you
Bardically.
can hear it for sure. Now you can.
And also, I'm like kind of looking around for Vivi, but she's probably on a roof somewhere. It's probably fine. And that's all.
Okay. Yeah. That's your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. This person is dead. Needs to not be... Vivi, it's your turn.
Still grappled?
Yep, you are still grappled.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a little ball of fluff out of my bag of tricks and throw it down behind him.
What does that do?
I'm gonna roll a d8 and we're gonna see which critter it is.
Oh my god.
It pops up,
Okay.
and I'll tell you in a second. Okay, that's a 6, and so this is a giant weasel that
Fuck.
suddenly appears.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me pull out if I have that in my compendium. I do. There it is. It's a horrible little guy. The
So he's
medium-sized weasel.
Medium-sized weasel right behind Captain Tulith.
Yeah, I think he's surprised.
And as a bonus action, I command the weasel to attack him.
Okay.
I'm looking at the bag of tricks to see whether it goes on my initiative or...
It goes when you use it. It's going to be on your
Okay.
name. Because that's way easier.
That's fine. Yeah, so he's got a bite. So that's +5 to hit, and I will roll for the weasel.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, well.
14 does not hit. Or I'm sorry, a 9 does not hit.
9.
Did not hit him with a weasel.
I did not manage to hurt him with the weasel. But the weasel is there.
Anything else on your turn?
Well, that was my action and bonus action, and I can't use any movement because I'm grappled.
Yes.
So, yep, that's my turn.
Okay. Now the Brahma's
weasel.
turn. Yeah, I didn't expect that. The
I don't know
Brahma
why the
is
weasel's not funny, but it is. Okay,
the Brahma is now going to attack the ship because it sees the wolves are handily menacing these raiders. The NPCs turn the gun toward the actual hull of the ship and attempt to break it. And that's a natural 20. All right. Well, ship takes 93 points of piercing damage.
Holy crap.
The cannon from the Brahma does 60-10 damage a shot. And I rolled 33 plus 60. So, the ship suddenly has a huge hole toward the prow. Captain Tulith sees what is happening here. Sees that his ship is damaged nearly beyond repair, and looks down at you, Vivi, and at this weasel. And he just frowns at what has become an extremely unsuccessful raid. He says, +2, +2. The Brahma is going to press... Sam's going to press the button, and he's going to shock this raider, who finally succeeds on a save, and takes 6 points of lightning damage. Okay, still up. Surrounded by creatures. That's it for the Brahma's turn. It doesn't need to move. This raider is going to disengage and run into the water.
He ain't gonna get far. Because they come up from prone.
He runs and dives into the water and hopes that he can get away from all these fucking wolves. Next. This one is going to disengage as well, and also run and dive into the water. Captain Tulith, he looks at you, Vivi, and he looks at the weasel behind him, and he weighs his options. He unsummarily chucks you into the ocean. Yeah. You are hurled off the boat. And Captain Tulith takes control of the vehicle. It's extremely damaged. And he's going to attempt to begin sailing away.
Okay.
You can take an attack of opportunity on the boat if you want.
I'm not going to stab the boat with a dagger. I feel like
Okay.
that would be very silly.
Move its half movement, which is 60 feet. The weasel is on the boat.
Can the weasel take an attack of opportunity on the captain as he moves away, or?
The weasel's moving with him because they're both on the vehicle.
Oh, okay. So he's just right next to the weasel. Okay. That's
Yes. I mean, I guess he ran to the helm, so yeah, the weasel would attack him.
Really, it's just silly.
Okay. Yeah, he's trying to leave. He's abandoning what raiders are left, and he's leaving. Which the raider that is surrounded by wolves, he looks up and sees the boat leaving as he's being menaced by all these wolves, and he puts his hands over his head and he shouts, "Please, I yield! I yield! Please stop!" He's trying to surrender. Oh no, he's not. That one's dead. Never mind. He's not saying anything. Zylok, it's your turn.
Let's see. We see him.
I will
play.
say, I will say one of them that jumped in the water is saying, "Please, I yield."
Alright, so I'll drop my bear form and I'll tell the wolves to yield. And then I'm going to cast Call Lightning and take control of this nice, lovely storm weather we have out here and start firing lightning bolts at the boat.
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
All right, so you have potentially 3 rounds of Call Lightning before the ship gets out of range.
Okay.
The ship is going to make It's going to make saves against your Call Lightning. I'm going to say their savers suck because of the nature of it being a vehicle.
On my turn, I'm going to bonus action call the weasel.
What does that
So
mean?
it means the weasel can swim, so it's going to jump into the water and
Okay.
come to me.
The weasel will kind of like do the weird snarl at Captain Tulith and jump into the water.
And then the weasel and I will both, move towards shore.
Yes. Okay. So, Light, is there anything you're going to want to do over these next 3 turns, or shall we handle these rolls?
I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know if I can get. I don't think I can get close enough to the boat to do anything about the boat.
Okay.
I don't think if the people are really saying that they yield and stuff. I guess I'll kind of not attack them because they're mostly almost dead.
They are almost, they're on the verge of death, and they are completely surrendering.
Yeah, I mean, can our cannon get to the boat at all?
It could probably reach it, but it can't see it. Is the problem.
Okay.
The weather is too bad for the cannon to take an accurate shot.
I have 360, I think 380 feet for my crossbow, which I don't think is enough. But I'm at least going to be moving in the next 3 turns. I'll be moving toward the shore to try to take any shot that I can.
I will say in the next turn you can make an attack at disadvantage, but you are shooting at a boat, and it's a crossbow.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
If you have a creative solution, by all means, but
I use my Misty Step already. I can Tabaxi dash to get a little closer, but that's really I don't really have anything.
Okay.
I don't think I really have anything.
The spyglass to take aim at the actual captain, or is it just too far?
It's just too far, and the weather's too harsh. It's just
the weather's bad.
If it wasn't raining and storming and foggy, you would be able to take those shots with a good chance of hitting, but it's right now it's just you don't think it's possible.
What I really want to do is cast Bane on the boat, but Bane has a range of 30 feet, unfortunately. So
yeah, that is not possible. Right. And really, the save is how the captain is navigating the boat with the Call Lightning. So, I'm going to roll 3 saves, and you're going to roll damage 3 times. Okay?
Is there any way, sorry, one more thing. Is there any way that I could like silvery barbs one time to make him have disadvantage on a roll or something?
What is the range of silvery barbs?
Oh, it's only 60 feet. Sorry, never mind.
It's okay. It's just this situation. It's just too big a scale, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I will say you can silvery barb to grant Zylock, like he could reroll damage.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna give 3 of my bardic inspirations. So no, I guess I can only do that one at a time. But I'm gonna, I
do
can
it once per turn.
Yeah, if it's once per turn, 3 bardic inspirations on those call lightnings.
Okay.
Because then he can, because I'm a valor bard, so he can up damage on those.
There you are. So I will roll the first slave. The first save is dexterity. See? I rolled a 12. So your first call lightning is going to deal full damage. Damage?
And add bardic inspiration to it.
Is it a D8?
D8. All right.
Okay. 24. The ship had 51 hit points remaining. So 51 minus 24, where we're at.
Damn.
Does he slow down at all because of this?
It's already out of movement penalty.
Gotcha.
I rolled a 21 on that dex save.
All right.
So go ahead and roll damage. It's going to be halved.
I'm gonna silvery barbs the last time, so he can have advantage.
Okay, so half of 32. Okay. The ship is at 11 hit points. Here we go. The last save. Oh my god. The last save is a natural 20.
No!
It had 11 hit points. You destroy it. So, as the call lightning, the storm is roaring and raging over the oceans as Captain Tulith is trying to escape with what dignity he has left. And you are just dropping lightning bolts on the fleeing silhouette of this ship. Right before it goes out of range, the ship goes over a wide trough, and it might just make it. And the last lightning bolt, it illuminates the sky, and in the horizon you see the sails just... And within moments, the ship is just breaking and sinking in waves. You have defeated Captain Tulith, Verdonian Raiders, and you have successfully defended Port Rolough. So, well
Captain
done, everyone.
Awesome.
That was really fun.
That was so fun. That call lightning, that was so good.
That was clutch.
I was trying to think. I was like, what is the one thing I've got a lot of range and a lot of damage? It's like
You had
lightning.
a lot of
awesome.
hypnotic pattern on the Raiders coming ashore was also really clutch.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There was some sweet crowd control there. But honestly, the whole thing was super fun.
So fun.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
That sharpshooter thing, disabling the cannons, also clutch.
Yeah, there were a lot more cannons than we're able to fire. The ship has 8 cannons that can fire on it. So you...
Oh, damn.
By lighting the dock on fire, you prevented them from having clean shots. By lighting the ship on fire, you actually destroyed 2 of the cannons immediately. So then, by having all this visibility block and the fact that the crew had to get off the ship immediately, you really swung this encounter in your guys' favor. So, really well done. If this was a campaign, you'd all have inspiration for how you handled this defense. That was awesome.
Sweet.
Especially since this encounter is designed for 6 players and you did it with 3.
Yay!
I applaud you all. So well done. Very tactically designed.
No one even had death saves.
No one even went down. Yeah, it was you handled it well. So
that will save scared the shit out of me though. I was like,
oh my god, me too.
That was
and then Weasel, but
that was funny.
That was scary. Like,
Can I-
I've been affected.
The poor weasel's on the boat.
Can I ask what his mission was, or is that too meta?
I mean, it's a one shot. So Captain Tulif is a fallen Empyrean, and he basically tries to brainwash people into following him so that he feels like he's like a fallen angel. He wants people to be under his subjugation. Basically, he's a terrible person, and his crew is brainwashed. So you have
Resuscitatable, like these guys who surrendered.
Oh, we could.
the first
hire them or
one that
something?
got absolutely devoured. Not really, but the
the
other ones,
ones-
yeah.
The ones who surrendered at the end. We could
Yeah.
like
You could
program them or whatever. You could get
I
a
would-
job at the Berks.
I would
Yes.
also like to say for posterity that like Slight will remember to disable her warding glyph, so
Oh,
that door.
Yeah,
will
good
some-
call. Good
Yeah,
call.
make sure we do not accidentally blow anyone up.
Like I'm very glad that we did that at the beginning in case he would have gone after anyone, but like it was a
did
risk.
Yeah.
That was well played. So this was my first time running this one shot for the Start Playing community. What did you guys think?
I thought
Was
it
I
that
liked it. It was interesting. It was cool getting to set up defenses and defend the town from different things. Yeah.
I'm so curious what you were expecting players to do versus what
Yes,
players
me
actually
too.
did.
I don't really have any expectations. I have so many assets on this map. Like, there's lots of junk just in this map. So like, if you go to like buildings, you can build barricades on the streets and stuff using like chairs and tables and crap you find. You can pull the still out of the Mermaid Inn and use that as a huge barricade because it's this massive metal tank, basically. No one even, in the last time I ran this, no one even gave the rowboats or the canoes a second thought. So I thought using them as like a water break was a brilliant idea. No one came up with that. There's a shrine here that is to Drunmir, who's this god of crafting. So like, I've had players talk about like praying to this god to do stuff, but it really, what I like about this particular one shot is everyone handles it completely differently. Especially when you guys decide to use the pitch for what it's for as adhesive.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because
I
have DCs for it, and it just nobody ever does, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not just a bomb.
Well, it didn't honestly.
It was
didn't
also a
occur to
bomb.
me- It didn't even occur to me to make it a bomb. I was like, oh, it's pitch. It's sticky. Great. Well, it'll be a deterrent.
Yeah, the last guys who ran this, they lined the barrels of pitch on the beach to keep them from beaching the ship and they lit it all on fire. So it was just this massive firewall in front of the port, which had interesting side effects. It made them breach at a different area, so the pirates actually had like way more cover as they were going in. But that's why this one shot's so much fun to me. It's different every time.
I really like that it rewards careful player thought and teamwork. Like,
Yeah.
all of us had really good ideas, but they didn't always like come together. And other people are like, oh, but what if we did this?
Yeah.
And like that way, I felt really well defended when and it was really cool to see our plans work. Like that was really awesome. That
Like
was very
seeing the way that the sort of scenario reacted to stuff we did was really neat.
yeah.
I felt I don't know, it did feel very rewarding. It was fun. Hooray!
It was fun. Thank you guys.
Deeply, very well designed encounter. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys for playing with me. You've already left a review and stuff like that, but I just want to say I love playing with you guys as always. You're always welcome on my table. That goes without saying for my sister, obviously.
Yeah.
Chris and Emily, by all means, sign up. I'd love to
No,
play
I had
with
a
you
lot
again.
of a fun with you guys, and I especially appreciated Emily, your bright like picking up my dumb aphorisms and throwing them back.
loved
I really felt like we were playing kind of like character ping pong with that. It was really fun. So honestly, the whole sesh was really fun. Really glad that I did this afternoon.
I'm an English, like I have a PhD in English, like IRL, and so that kind of character play is like my favorite thing to do.
That's awesome. I have my undergraduate major was English lit.
That's rad. I love it.
I did something else with it. I went to law school, but the underlying seed,
Oh, cool.
the underlying seed is similar.
All right.
All right, that was fun.
I'm going to post the recording to YouTube as soon as I can. Once again, thank you guys, and time we play a game together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. That was brilliant.
Thank
Peace,
you.
peace.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Powering off.